you today from, I think it's all the Elite Training Centre Oval, Grub. I think that's what they call this one here. So for those as old as me, it's the Winter Resort or Winter Reserve. So Belmont versus Anakie. Looking forward to an absolute cracking clash today. Sun shining, a bit of breeze around. I'll give you the 2 score, but I can't see the scoreboard. But we'll update that soon. Anyway, on to the commentary team. Good afternoon, Richard Grubby-Cations.
Good afternoon, boys. Good afternoon, viewers and listeners. And I tell you what, it's not often you come to the Winter Resort when it looks like a summer palace. Not a bit of mud on the ground, perfect condition. And the great thing about this in GDFL footy is sides like Belmont and Anakie wouldn't have played in a match of the day for a long time. They've been down. They've both hit their straps. They're both up. The competition's close. And it's going to be a great day. And if you call this idiot next to me the voice of Geelong, I'll spew up.
Oh, you're looking to the left, are you, mate? That's a mirror, mate, looking at yourself. And, of course, the voice of the GDFNL coverage.
What about GFL champion?
Or 3-time Geelong Reserve Premiership player. Yeah. Dale Smith, how are you, Dale?
Very well, Spider. Looking forward to this game this afternoon. As I said, 2 informed sides, as Grubby just mentioned, and wouldn't have had said that too many times in the last couple of years, but they're both going very, very well. Belmont Lions undefeated, and I think Anakie the last 2 wins on the board, so they are going very nicely. And
I think we said this morning, Grub, it's probably, as Dale just said, it's the first time we're going to come watch Anakie and Belmont. It's probably the 2 best sides. It's been, as I said, I can't remember it happening in God knows, for God knows when.
Well, that's right. I think there must be a recording here. There's 2 parrots sitting beside me. I just said all that, and you 2 said it again.
No, you didn't say any of it.
Unbelievable.
Hey, we've got to talk about something, mate, and it's usually about you.
No.
So
it's usually about you.
Big in for
Going to be a few stories today. I kicked this goal from here. I'll tell you what.
Just watch Cookie and Brainy, mate. You can see me do it all. I don't need to tell you.
We might go in at half time and stay there, Smithy, I think. Let him have the whole show.
Big in for Anakie, Grub.
Yeah, they tell me that Sam Lloyd will be donning the boots again. And apparently the last time he played against the Werribee Centrals, he cut them the ribbons a bit. So I'm really looking forward to see how, an ex-AFL player, 2 of them actually, Dalhouse and Sam Lloyd, go in the GDFL, because apparently when they've played together, they cut them up.
Yeah, look, daylight today, as I say, we don't see a lot of these 2 sides, so getting to know the players is going to be an interesting part of the commentary, Dale.
Sorry, Spot.
Well, let me answer that.
Yeah, you can answer that,
I just said before, we got 2,000 viewers last week, so you blokes better start getting it right.
I was miles away then. I was concentrating on the game of football out here and watching some...
Well, Dale, the score is Anakie 6-5-41, leading Belmont 2-5-17, mate. So there is a live score for this game, so we can actually keep up to date with it.
I think Belmont are on top, undefeated in the 2s as well, aren't they?
Let's have a look, shall we, mate? Werribee and Belmont are equal on 4 wins apiece, mate.
So there you go. This could be a turn-up.
Anakie have won 1 game.
This could be a turn-up.
So there you go. Yeah, a couple of good results last week. We now have all 12 sides in our competition that have won a game this year, which is something we can't have said for a long, long time.
Exactly, and before I do go on, you can add another goal there. That's a magnificent goal kick from about 70 metres out.
It's about 25.
Doesn't matter. The live stream hasn't started, so people can't see it. You can say what you want.
Well, okay, fair enough.
What was the question?
Yeah, I don't know, mate.
Talking about undefeated sides, yes, no, you're right. It's good to see that every side now has put themselves on the board. Yep. As I said, there was... if we're doing a tipping contest, I don't think I'd be going that well at all this year.
No one would be.
I'll be really struggling to find winners, so I'm hoping that will change again this afternoon. But obviously, as I said, we've got the conditions for this time of the year and what we've had so far in 4 or 5 rounds of footy. It's been sensational. Let's hope it continues.
Well, it is round 5, and we haven't had... I don't think we've had a day where we've had rain, have we?
No.
So... And the wind is pretty. There's a bit around today, but there usually is down here because it's a bit of a bowl, so the wind does blow through. But we've been blessed.
Yeah.
Been blessed.
I think it's a bit of a cross breeze, but if anything, it'd be favouring the outer end of the ground, right down the bottom. So just by the way they've been playing and kicking it.
What do you say? That's where the play will be, and we're as far away as we can be from there.
Yeah. This is probably one of the harder grounds to call from, actually.
Well, you've got elevation.
Yeah, we've got elevation, but we're a long way back from the other side, so... Anyway, we'll do the best we possibly can. So, obviously, Grubby will make a few mentions there. We're going Spider during the commentary, I reckon.
It's a bit like having Stolky text in a hashtag in the morning, isn't it? He's an expert. He's an expert of everything, mate.
Well, no wonder me votes have been out of skew a little bit this year.
What, you can't see the ground yourself?
No. If I did, I'd be commentating, you idiot.
All right, lads, there's 5 other games of GDFNL football today. We'll have a look at them. And first game we'll go to, imagine if it's a bit breezy here, what it'll be like up there at the old Windy Hill, Myers Reserve. Belpo still taking on the Geelong West Giants. So, obviously, Bo Collins getting 6 weeks. Yates not playing. Couple of big outs there for Belpo still. Dale?
What, Chelsea broken a leg or something?
I don't know who's going to ruck for him. But, so Yates wasn't named in the side today. They have picked up, I did see that Josh Vashurin's young boys have gone across there now too from South Barwon.
Okay.
So a couple of handy players. One's in the ones, I think. I think the other might be starting the twos, but decent footballers. But tough ask for the Hill without probably their prime ball mover. And but Sable and Andrews are back in.
That's handy, but I still would love to see Yates in that side. As I said, he
Collins
hasn't got the same doctor as Timmy Barton then, because if he's had an injury, he would have been back playing today. So, look, Belpo still, they haven't been disgraced during the course of the year. They've been very competitive. They know their numbers are down. That's not going to change things too much. West have been depleted by injury and haven't, from what I've heard, there's not too many of them short-term injury list either, but most of them are long-term. So I'm going to say without any great detail that Belpo still are going to be good enough up there this afternoon, and they should beat Geelong West.
Jaden Ettridge back in too.
Yeah, well, that's...
So there's a ruckman.
Well, it just
Why don't you shut up and let him talk? Because you've just taken all my research that I spent all night sitting up doing, and you've just taken it all.
Well, I'm glad you had the time to do it, Grub. I can't remember why I didn't do it this week. I usually sit down on a Monday night and do it when I get the paper, but for some reason I've just missed all that. So you can go ahead and let me know what's happened.
Well, you're right. Josh Andrews is back in, but they told us at least mid-year. Jordan Sable's never ever going to play again, and he's back in. And Jaden Ettridge, he's been named as well. You know, unfortunately, if they didn't lose Yates and Collins, all of a sudden you've got a makings of a really good Belpo Steel side again. And if they can play the way they did the first half last week and put that together for 4 quarters, that should be good enough. The interesting part for me is Eugene Stanchui is back in their senior side. Now, as far as I know, the last he's been umpiring.
West or?
At West.
At West.
Now, apparently he's been umpiring. I thought that might have been it for him, but he looks like he's back in the West senior side. So you're right, they may be looking for some class players, even though I don't think he's played much. But, you know, at Belpost Hill, with that wind, I'm going to tip him, but by crikey, it can go either way.
Is that your mate's other son playing today as well, Hunter Norman?
Yes.
It is it?
Yes.
There's a lot of brothers playing this side, isn't there? The Martins. Yeah, anyway.
Easy to do the votes up there today.
Well, it would be for you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It would be for you. You just split them up, and we're still unfortunately missing Nick Flack, so otherwise be another one there for you, mate.
Yeah.
He won't play. He's got a fair bit still, though, and I know he did the running. We spoke about that the other week, but I don't know how long you give one of those things before you come back in 10th, though. Different to doing the run to playing footy, isn't it? Oh, yeah.
You know, you run the straight line.
It's like Connor Rose the other night. They played him after a hamstring the week before. Now, I reckon there'd be 25 out of 25 could go out and train during the week and do all what's expected of them. But as soon as that game day comes on and you have to do something without thinking about it, how many times has it happened? I think Kenny Hinkley made a comment after the game that he did make a mistake playing Connor Rosie, so it's a real shame.
Well, it's the second or third time I've heard that this year, that we pulled the wrong lever playing these blokes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's precaution.
Yeah, but he himself said he was right to go. So I'm just saying, look, as I said, Nick Vlacavento is obviously, he's going to be taking some time to come back and make sure he's fully ready to do it when he has, because as I said, it's not only the leg, it's everything else you got to bring up, because you missed a lot of footy. So
yeah, well, you're right, because you know it's a changing direction, you know, at a split second and those sort of things put pressure on a break. Yep. I mean, I know it's not a hamstring or a knee, but it was a pretty serious break. So you put the pressure on it. So you know you just can't quite get that back, can you? You can train as much as you like, Darby. You're running straight lines when you're training pretty much, and same as when you're doing the running. So both of you picking Belpo still.
Yeah, what worries me in that conversation is the fact that the player has a say in it. When in the old days, the trainer would have a look at him on a Thursday night, and he'd go to the coach and say he's out. And the player can't go and say, I'm all right, that's it. The trainer will tell the coach, and he wouldn't play.
Yep.
But now they say, I'm all right. Well, of course they're going to say that. They want to play.
You're right.
Unbelievable.
You're right. All right, we'll come back to this game at the end, but another big one out at Osborne Park. North Geelong who we watched last week, taking on Bannockburn.
Osborne Park. Jeez, that's going back a while, isn't it? The Keith Barclay Oval.
Yeah, well, I'm going back a way too, mate, because I'm a little bit, I'm not quite as old as you two, but old enough. Yeah, Keith Barclay Oval.
You're thinking old.
Well, that's what happens on a Saturday afternoon. I'm sitting with you two.
Yeah.
Well, Grubby turned 64 at the end of the month, so just remember that.
That means you'd be retired then. Is it still 65 retirement? Because I'm younger than you, buddy, by a long, long, long way.
67, isn't it now?
Even a couple of weeks, I think. But yeah, look, North last week, I don't know what to make of them. I know I said in the last quarter that East just took their foot off the pedal a bit, and I still reckon they did. But even when they do that, you got to hang in there and keep on going. And that's what North did. That plus inaccurate kicking, I thought it could have got really ugly for North and 7, 8, 9 goals. But they hung in there and got beat by 5. They showed a little bit. Rory Desnoy's a good kid. I thought Big Miller was all right, although a little bit undisciplined, and then he came off and didn't play the last quarter. I just thought they were okay. Whereas Tommy Swenson, he'll be back in that side today, and they really need him in there. And he was out for the right reasons, and I think you got to give credit to Peter Riccardi. If you're going to create a culture at the club, just like Darren Bennett and Joel Bennett have done at Corojo, you've got to be strong, and he was. Bannockburn, well, gee, we were calling them the 3 super kids this year, and we thought, they're going to lose them, and all of a sudden they didn't lose them, and now they have. Perkins is out with injury. Elzinger with concussions, he'll be at least 21 days. And James Hose, hopefully he's not in because he got picked for the Falcons. That's what I'm hoping. I hope that's not an injury as well. So they lose their 3 kids. They played pretty well last week. I thought they were the second best side for most of the day and still able to win a game of football. And, Ronnie Pilgrim, he's got him playing pretty good footy. Maybourne played pretty well. He's starting to come good. It takes a little bit of time to find your edge in GDFL. But I think Bannockburn, even though it's at North, I just think Bannockburn at the moment are just travelling a little better.
Fair enough. Dale?
Yeah, look, I agree with Grubb. I think that Bannockburn probably should win the game of football, but I don't reckon it's going to be a really clear-cut game. I reckon this is going to go down to the wire. I know Blake Miller didn't finish the game last week, but he is probably, I think that Grubby said that he's probably as fit as I reckon he's ever been for some time. He looks good on the footy field. We know he's a reliable player. He's a type of bloke, though, for North to win, I think he's got to spend a little bit more time forward, and he needs to be one of those blokes that's going to kick a minimum 4 goals per game for North Geelong to win the game of footy. Mitch Habib stood up last week and got a couple, or got 3, I think, and Fazio also got goals, but they need to find some other avenues. Tommy Swenson back in the side now gives them that better delivery into their forward line. The same old thing we're going through in most clubs. The ruck side of things is really going to hurt them out there today. Schultz from the week before, he impressed me a fair bit. I didn't look that big when he went out on the ground, but he competed very well against Wilson. So I think they'll do that. To cover the 3, as Grubby said, to come out of the side, you're going to replace him with a couple of young kids again, I would think. I know that Reece Conker's name was mentioned, but I'm not too sure whether he's going to play. But it's going to be interesting to see, as I said, this game unfold. Bannockburn have been pretty good all the way through. North Geelong look probably a little bit inconsistent. So that's the only reason I want to take Bannockburn today.
Yeah, a couple of questions on that. You're talking Miller down forward, and I agree, and that's where he started.
Yep.
But they were just too short in the ruck. They were getting murdered in the ruck, and he just had to go there. And the second one is, has he been picked to play today?
Well,
after getting injured last week.
I'm pretty sure he has been picked.
Yeah.
He was listed, I think, pretty much. Again, I'm only
Has he
assuming.
been picked, Spide?
Who's that?
Blake Miller.
Blake Miller.
I'll tell you in a sec.
I think.
I wasn't looking at that.
Last week they're going against Big Sobey, so they probably needed that bigger body in there.
Yes,
so
he's
today,
been named.
Today, Schultz is probably not that bigger body player that they have, so they might get away.
Might get away with it, yeah.
Well, they might get away with using who they used last week. Started off in their Pask.
Yeah.
Cooper Pask. Again, not a big bloke, but then the 2 Jewel boys, they actually had a bit of.
They did
go
too.
well.
Yeah.
Now again, you rob Peter to pay Paul in this situation because those 2 blokes probably better to have you around the ground level. But again, a bit like Belpo still, if you rotate them all at different stages for shorter periods, maybe that's not too bad and can offset that a little bit.
Yeah.
But to do it on and over and over and over again,
you
becomes
just
a bit of a
can't do
problem.
it.
No.
And that's why I questioned it, because the fact that when Miller went into the ruck, he actually not even halved it. He probably got on top of Sobey a little bit, and gave North Geelong a little bit more of the footy at the centre bounce.
So the bonus is, I suppose, with Bannockburn, they've got Schultz, but then the next option is Kieran Fulton that goes in. So you really don't lose a lot there.
He can compete with the best ruckman in the competition. He can be the best ruckman if he played there all the time, actually.
Yeah, so he's one of those bonuses they do have.
But he's another Rob Peter to pay Paul, though.
Yep.
Well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Take him out. So, all right. As we said, the biggest trip in the league from one end to the other. Out at your mob today, Grub, Werribee taking on Winch, who had their first win last week.
Yeah, well, they did last week, and the funny thing, I think I said it this morning, they hadn't won a game till last week, but their form wasn't too bad. I know that sounds silly, but it's the way the clubs and the whole competition has been set up. They haven't been going bad. They've had a couple of injury problems, but they haven't been going bad. And last week they come out and won their first game. It is a long travel for them, but Werribee, I think Prisma will come in, Dan Stories will come in. Look, up until half-time last week, they must have been very, very unimpressive. They were getting well beaten by Belpost Hill, and they come back strongly. They must have played a pretty good second half. Winch, I don't think Caleb Brown's been selected from memory, which is a huge out for them. He's one of the better players I get to see. So, look, obviously I'm going to go for Werribee, and not just because of me, but because it's at Werribee. But I tell you what, this could go either way. Winch's form is easily as good as
last week. Got up against Corio at Corio, which was a good win. As I said, Caleb Brown
not playing.
No, if he's not playing, but they're better players. They definitely need to stand up if they're going to be. Well, they obviously have been competitive because I think Thompson was a couple of goals. And 2 or 3 other games have been smaller margins. Werribee, unfortunately, Miller won't play, but they get back a couple. They've got a couple of good players coming back into the side. I probably tend to agree because this is at Werribee. I'm going to tip them. And again, I don't think the margin will be all that great. But, as I said, the Winch boys, they need to keep just persisting. As I said, they've got some good players there. The Parish boys are good. There's a Maloney that's been doing a bit of ruck work and kicking goals. So they've got some avenues. But as I said, Caleb Brown's a big loss if he's not playing. So I'm going to go Werribee.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, they always, Tavau Sawney always has a day out against Werribee. I think he kicked 5 or 6 against them last year. But the other fact which you mentioned at home, this is Werribee's first game at home for the year. So,
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Was that just what Club Brooms were about?
Yeah, they swapped the game with West, and of course this is their first game at home. So they are always last year. They beat some good sides at home at Werribee.
Yep.
So they're much better on their own patch, but I don't know, be close.
What about the old days? If your clubbers weren't ready, they get the old Atco hut and you get changed in there. No running water, didn't really matter.
So that's what we've done, pretty much.
On a Thursday night.
The shower's there, but I don't think there's any hot waters, so there's cold.
We're Victoria Park or Galvin Park, mate.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. East Geelong Corio. Lads, obviously seen East Geelong last week. We've seen Corio a couple of times this year. Thoughts, mate?
Well, I haven't seen the ins and outs, but just browsing through with Corio there, they're reasonably, I think, the same as what we've seen for the last couple of... We've seen them twice already this year, which is great. And they've pretty much kept the same side. There might be 1 or 2. And look, as I said this morning, they're 1 and 3, I think, but could have been 2 and 2. But now I don't know if that's good enough. They've got to get themselves into position to win a game. They hit the front against Werribee at home in the first game, and I thought could go on, right? So it's all right to say we're playing well, but now we've got to win some games out here at the Devil's Playground, no? I mean, it's not there today, but they've got to start winning some games. It won't be today, because I just think that the East we saw last week, well, from what I've seen this year, I think they could be at least equal best side I've seen.
Okay.
So I just think that might be a little bit too tough for Corio. Although some of these kids, if they fire up and play well, they'll stay with them for a long time. East are pretty much the same. I think Jack Dixon comes in for Wallace Gemmell. I think that's pretty, like for like. So, East at home against Corio, I think they've got enough in the tank to beat them.
Fair enough, Dale.
Yes, good to see East Geelong with some numbers coming back into their side, and I think that's probably been the difference. As I said, they were pretty good last week. They really could have put North Geelong to the sword if they had a kick straight early in the game. Maybe that is something they have tried to work on during the course of the year or the course of this week anyway. Jaden Fanning, has he not been selected again or not? Because he's the one, the other bloke that would go back into this side that makes them even better, I think. Just that little bit extra tall down back.
Yep.
Their work through Beardsall from the back line, he looks to be that running connection that they need to have. We spoke about Jaden McLaughlin before off air. Probably didn't see. We saw him chase down a couple of blokes last week with his speed. Would like to see him now produce that off the half-back line and get their bit more run, getting the ball into their forward line. Definitely. And the other bloke that I really want to see more from, and we spoke about it last week, was Caleb Ezard. Big bloke, only took a couple of marks last week. Got better as the game went on, but needs to do more to be of assistance to them in their side. So I agree with a game with Grubby. I think at home, East Geelong will be too good for Corio. Their reliance upon 2 or 3 players in their side is good. They have got a bit more of an even spread, but again, to be where they are, with what's an improving side, I think they themselves would be a little bit disappointed, and I'm just hoping that they come out today and play some of their better football to give themselves a real good opportunity. But as I said, East Geelong for me, I think they win this probably by 4 goals.
Well, no Fanning. Brunt still at centre back. Billy Andrew back in this week too. So
yeah, that's a bonus as well.
Yeah, so that
provides a bit more run. So their side's starting to look better and better, and if they're going along okay at the moment, but they'll get better with a couple more inclusions, I would think.
Yeah, so that'll make a big difference. Billy Andrew back too. So out at Inverleigh, we've got the grand final rematch out there today. Moreton Power Overdale. We've got Inverleigh versus Thompson. Thompson are a bit of strife injury-wise, but we thought that 2 weeks ago and they knocked off Bannockburn. Yeah,
that was the big surprise. And as I said, I know you can afford to have 1 or 2 go out, but when it's continually happening week in, week out, it does make it very hard for you to stand up and perform each week, I suppose, because you can't get any continuity within your game. Inverleigh were pretty good last week. They maintained a lot of possession of the football, but again, had trouble finishing their game. Ryan Robinson, I think, back in this week for his first game.
So's Jai McEwen.
And Jai McEwen's in, so they must also have had a couple of injuries going out. I think Matty Tyson was one of those, actually. I think he's didn't pull up after the game too well last week and failed to get through the game. So that is a big loss, because he was very, very good the week before. And obviously Finn O'Keefe out having a bit of a spell as well. Again, I'm going to go with the home side because I think they produced enough last Thursday to show me that they are not too far away. And as I said, they should, well, not only should, they actually need to win some games, because their record at the current stage of this year is not all that flash, and they will they'll be in trouble if they don't win again this afternoon. So I think the drive that will give them will get them over the line.
Well, they're 1-3 Inverleigh.
Yep.
So. In a little bit of strife. I mean, the beauty, I think, Grub, you might have mentioned this morning, the beauty of the league is it's so close that if you do drop a couple off, you can probably make them up. Mate, what are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I agree with that. And as you said, Ryan Robinson's back in against the side that he got suspended against. So, it might be a bit rough and ready early. I know it would be in the old days, although the footy has changed. Young Dion Miles is young bloke. He's probably given a bit of a rest. A couple of blokes, well, Freeman's out at Thompson, but Antisev, has anyone heard of him?
No.
Can you look that up for me, Spider? Because
I can look up whatever you like, but I don't know if I can find it for you, but I'll have a look.
Also, in your travels, can you look up the live scores on this game? But give us a bit of a go on that. But look, I thought Inverleigh played really well last week, but they kick bad. And when you kick bad, you absolutely deserve to lose. Unfortunately for Thompson, they've had a few problems with their kicking for goal as well. So who knows out there today? It might be the difference. It might be whoever kicks the straightest wins, especially early. When you if there is a little bit of a breeze favouring one end, you don't want to kick 1-9. I mean 6-3 will do and put you in the game.
Tom King has just texted in and said Antisev is from St Mary's.
Right. Well,
and also he played his juniors at Joey's.
Well, the other thing is Tom King has texted me 5 times telling me to turn my phone off. Well, 2 things, Tommy. Number 1, if I do that, I can't hear it. Number 2, if you don't text 5 times, no one else can hear it. And number 3, piss off and leave me alone.
And the score,
I'm going to go for Inverleigh, Justin.
the score out here is actually 2 points of difference. Just looking at the results here, 39 Belmont, 41 to Anakie.
That's why I asked. I thought it was close. They're going in hard out here, boys.
Yeah, well, it's 39-49, right. 5-9-39 Belmont, 6-5-41 to Anakie. All right, that's probably a good segue, Dale. This is the last game we've got to talk about, our match of the round, mate. So, is that top of the table?
Segway.
Yeah.
I used to sell that stuff. Oh, that's Amway. Sorry.
Well, Segway, there's a couple of different things. Is that Kingy?
It's going to be.
Good.
It's going to be.
I'm glad it is.
I'm going to ruin his program
Hey, Kingy, if you want to text in, mate, just text in to 0488 877 947, mate. That'll come through to us, and we can really get into grubby about everything you want to get into about. Yeah, but today you got top of the ladder Belmont, and here we go. That's going to be 50. Top of the ladder Belmont and Anakie, who recruited very heavily in the off-season, are slowly putting together. They've won their last 2, have they not? So could be an absolute belter of a day here, Grub.
Well, I tell you what, we've already said the conditions are absolutely magnificent. I was talking to Heath Manhattan before the game, and he said, a few people come up to him and said, you've done this, you've done that. He said, well, as president, we've been down for a long, long time, and people said, right, go out and recruit. So what did he do? He went out and recruited. And the funny thing is, they're one of the sides in the whole region that are playing to their points.
Mm-hmm.
People say, they're playing 49 or 50 out of 50. Isn't that what they're for?
Yeah.
If I see some sides play 25 out of 36. I think it was Lara. And I understand that might be given juniors a go. And that's great too, don't worry. But if you've been given 50 points, bloody well use them. There's sides out there not using them who might be able to get another, or could have got another player or two to make them that bit better. Well, Anakie haven't left nothing in the tank. And they've gone hard at it. And it's already, what do they win? 1 game in the last 2 years, and they've already won 2 now. So, and the recruits that he got, and not just the superstars, Dalhouse and Mawson and Lloyd and Lever, but they got a lot of other blokes who are 3-pointers who I look through and I just haven't got the list beside me. I had a look at the other day. Really good players, and these other blokes that have been there the last couple of years, they're bringing them into the game. They're no longer going out there and getting smashed. They're actually in games, and they actually have a better chance to get to the footy. And I think Anakie have improved that way. And you love to see that. There's no doubt about that. Now, Belmont, Belmont's transition or transformation or whatever you want to call it, at this stage it's a miracle. Whether it can go on, I hope it can. But it's unbelievable. They really haven't gone and got any big stars and great players or anything. They've just recruited really, really, really well. And by saying that, I'll show you what. Right, Belmont have got 5 out from last week. Right? Jake Steele, Nathan Jennings can play. Josh Allen was in their best. Nathan Ludbrook's a good player. And we all know Benny McPherson's a ripping player. And you'd say, geez, they've lost 5 out of that side. They'll be in trouble. Right? Then you look at the ins. Nelson Primer, I don't know. Noah Hootsma, coming back from injury, was in their best at the start of the year. Nick Sheriff's been absolutely killing them. Harry Thompson and the other coach, Andy Walscott. So they've lost 5 really good players, and I don't think they're any worse off for it. Matter of fact, they may be a touch better for it. Look, I'm just not quite sure. Sam Lloyd being in the side changes the whole face of the game for me. I had Belmont without too many problems. Look, I've still got Belmont, but now I've got a few problems because he's a very, very good player. He'll only be with us probably till June. He might only play 1 more game. But it could make the difference.
Draw here in the seconds.
A draw!
And a bit of controversy right then and there. One umpire called holding the ball, the other umpire called a ball up. It wouldn't have made much difference. Anyhow, it was on the wing, and I know it's only 1 kick to full forward here at Belmont, mate. But yes, we have a draw in the reserve, so Belmont reserves still remain undefeated.
Yes, they do.
So,
but maybe 2 points off top spot after today.
Let's hope the ones is as close as that.
Oh, gee. I'll have a sore throat, I think, if that's the case.
I think you might have just bit of a pleasure there, mate. The way you went, oh.
Well, tell you what, I won't be talking to Lisa tonight because if it's that close, I won't be able to talk at all.
Well, so we have a draw. So 5, 11, 41, 6, 5, 41. Dale, your thoughts on today's game, mate?
Yeah, look, mate, it's a bit tough for me, Spider. As I said, I've got no idea what to expect from both sides. As I said, they're both going along pretty nicely. Belmont Lions undefeated, have beaten Thompson, have beaten Inverleigh, both grand finalists from last year, and obviously a couple other wins under their belt. Anakie, the last 2 weeks, have had 2 wins, so obviously their confidence is going to be up. They put some players back into their side, as Grubby said, that'll really improve them. Paul Redu was a good centre-half forward when he was here last time. Obviously went up and played at Birregurra, is back in the side now, so he's an avenue to goal. Sam Lord, I think Grubby said against Werribee in a short period of time turned the game on its head, or sealed the game, and we know what he can do. Bosley's the bloke that I want to see really today because, as I said, I haven't seen a lot of him or in watching him play football, but Evanley is a very good goal kicker, but I don't think he's got himself too many during the course of the season. So today they will need all of those players to kick goals because Belmont, when they play at home, are a better side than if they were playing out at Anakie. Again, you go through their side. Walscott we know a bit about. Harrison Thompson I don't know much about. Murdoch, David Allett, Jake Wood. There's a lot of names within this side this year that have come in. They may have been here last year, but probably we only saw them maybe once or twice, so you don't get to see a lot of them and call them. We know that they get from the Evans boys. They get what's the word? Contest. Yep, they get a contest. They give everything they've got in their boots and their skin. They leave nothing out there. So they are 3 blokes that will give everything towards the result this afternoon. Really looking forward to this afternoon's game, as we said. I think Belmont win the game of football because of what they've been able to achieve so far. And
Belmont have won by a point in the twos. The goal umpires have come over and changed the score. So
there you go. So I'm going to finish on that, Spider, because, as I said, I reckon that Belmont win by 5 or 6 goals because they've been going so well and better at home.
You'll know McCarley.
I know McCarley Harrison, yes.
You'll know him.
Yep, I know the Evans boys. I know McCarley Harrison. But Brock Marnie, obviously, has been here as a good young kid. We know he's pretty talented.
Yeah, great kid.
Yeah. So he's going to be really interesting to watch.
It's going to be about 8 names called for the day. Is that what you're saying, Dale?
Well, as I said, it's going to be hard, Spider. I'm not going to
I'll help you
leave everything out there, but I'm just letting you know that it's going to be tough to pick these blokes up.
I'll help you out, mate.
Well, the Anakie side have come out, so a bit of different looking side, isn't it, from what we've seen over the last couple of years?
Jesse Mawson wearing 29.
29, here he is, right.
I knew you'd pick him up pretty good. I tell you, another honourable mention's got to go to the boys who are coaching out of Belmont here, Belmont Lions. Last year they showed glimpses, especially at home. They showed glimpses, but not quite of what they've been able to perform then. But this year with their recruiting, obviously they're training all the boys. I might get in trouble for this, but I just reckon Belmont over the last few years have always had a few blokes that don't quite look like they've done all the training, put it that way. So, they've really, really knuckled down. They're a fit side. I can have a look at them as they run out. I just think the coaches have brought these blokes together. I think a lot of it has got to do with these 2 blokes. When they first got appointed, I thought, well, I don't know them. Let's just see. Well, I'm very, very impressed with what they've done out here at the Belmont Lions.
Well, Carly Harrison looks in good nick, mate, so don't worry about
He
that.
does look reasonably healthy, doesn't he?
Well, the last time I saw him play, I'm not having a go at him, but he was a little bit overweight. He was a little bit slow, and he struggled to get a kick in the seconds when I watched him, because I know he was only helping out.
He hasn't grown any, I can tell you that.
No, but he's bit the bullet. He's obviously done the hard work, just like Billy O'Toole did, BJ at Corio. They've bitten the bullet. They've got themselves fit. And I tell you what, before that, he was a really, really good player, McCaley. And I tell you what, if he's anywhere near back to that, he'll give us some good viewing today.
Oh, he was dangerous back as a junior. I know that. Used to come and watch him, and, geez, he was pretty smart.
I'll tell you why BJ O'Toole's getting fit. You see who he's been training with?
Oh, Billy Nichols and the boys.
He's been training with Billy Nichols. Wow.
Oh, I told him.
No, Billy's doing it.
Knows he?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a group 5 or 6 of them. And,
do they whack into? I texted him and said, Billy, come down here and we'll go for a run, just you and me. And he texted me, where do you want to go to? And I said, go and get me letters out of my letterbox, will you? because that's about as far as I could go.
He would have run out to see you. He would have run from Corio to bloody Werribee.
Mate, I saw what they did in that, and I just had to go to bed. It made me tired.
Couple of things I need to make mention of, Grub, today. I'll lead with one. The bloke standing on the gate, I believe it's his 50th year being involved with the St Bernard's East Belmont Lions Football Netball Club.
And who's that?
Dale's mate. Cogsy.
You know, I ran into a
years.
bloke this morning.
He told me all about it as I was coming in.
Oh, he would have.
Yeah.
I ran into a bloke this morning. Now, I'm not going to substantiate it or knock it, but he said to me in the dark days, if there had been no Brian Coughlin at this club, they may not be still going. Now, obviously, other people have views on that, but I do know the work that he does and that he has done at the club, and his cricket with the Barron Rockets and that.
His hat on.
He's waddling down there now. We should have got him. We should have interviewed him, but we just don't want to hear too much dribble. But
Dale used to interview him every Sunday.
what he's done for this club is unbelievable. He's there's no words you can speak about. So Cogsy, 50 years with the Belmont Footy Club, whichever version of it you want. There's been none better than you, mate. You're a mate of mine, and you're just a fantastic person. And I'm saying that knowing that he's not listening, because I can see him. He's not listening. But I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You've done a magnificent job, mate. Well done.
And, of course, the other one, Grub, your mate.
Oh, yeah, my other mate.
Your other mate.
I made a big mistake. I was going to ring Jock from the umpires during next week and say, hey, how about giving this bloke the goal umpire's job on the coverage game? But unfortunately, I'd realised he does 2, sometimes 3 games a week. And I'm a week late because Noel Hooper, who we did mention a few weeks ago, is umpiring his 1800th game. If all people listening and watching that didn't quite hear that, I can't believe it. 1800th game. A wonderful man, a wonderful person. He was a good field umpire. He's getting a bit old now. He's getting pretty ordinary at the goal umpire. But who cares? He's been there for 1,800 games. No money mucking around, Noel. Congratulations to you, mate, on 1,800. I had a look at you last week. You struggled a bit. I can't see 2,000 on the horizon, but let's see if you can do a few more.
We watched him the other week against Corio, mate. Didn't move too far at all.
No, but he got it right. That's the main thing. Congratulations, Noel Hooper. 1,800 games. Fantastic effort, mate.
Just amazing. On that, Grubby, you got the umpires today?
Yeah, just keep going. I'll find them in a minute.
I've got them in my hand, mate.
Right.
Field umpires.
Why ask me then, you
Because
idiot?
you reckon you've always got it.
I've got them here.
You haven't got them.
I have.
Toby Sargent, Liam Clark and Nicholas Clark are the field umpires. Max Drake, Louis Goldstraw and Cooper Robinson running the boundary. And Dale Carroll and Peter Schilder are the goal umpires for today. I did send a query through to the umpires Grub the other day. Asked them if they could put numbers on the umpires for the match of the round so I knew who they were.
Would have been a good idea, but then you don't want to do a bad job. Daryl Jarvis, who is the new sponsor on your jackets? Well, we've got our jackets on underneath, but it's bloody freezing out here, so we put the hashtag jackets on, which we wore this morning.
If we got some GDFL jackets, Daryl, we wouldn't have to put these ones on to keep us warm on a cold day.
Well, I can't say that because I've got one. But
I haven't, so I got an Andy Barrett hand-me-down for the... from me top. He didn't want a long sleeve one, so Daryl gave it to me.
Well, that's fair enough too. I was going to take it off because after hashtag, but it's too bloody cold.
They're good jumpers, aren't they?
Lovely.
No? Sir Robert, he didn't wear his today.
But I tell you
Must
what,
left it in the hospital.
But these jumpers, the GDFL jumpers, I love my jumper, but it's just a bit thin. It doesn't stop much of this wind coming in, I can tell you.
Yeah, well, we'll have to get that rectified, won't we? All right, well, we might go back to the station, have a quick break, and then come back with about 5 minutes to go and get ready to get the game underway. You there, Al? All right, mate, you want to take us to a break? You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football. GDFNL here today. Belmont, top of the ladder, Belmont taking on Anakie, who are 2-2, but have won their last 2 in a row. Just waiting for the coin toss. We haven't had that. Here we go. The captains are coming in now. So we've just had someone hand us a note. Jordan Wilkinson, who is wearing number 59 today for Anakie. He's 17-year-old and he's playing his 100th game for the club. Obviously, that's entire club, not just senior footy, because that'd be good going, wouldn't it? If the parents' permission to start.
Absolutely.
It'd be good start. But that's as I say, you know. We always say that the juniors are the future and what you need to be bringing up. So for someone to play 100 games is fantastic by the age of 17.
That's fantastic, and I hope there's a few more because that means there's a big future for the club. But I tell you, I listen to the Post quite a bit during the week, right? And you ever looking forward, looking back?
Yes.
Looking forward, looking back. Great show, but they've got to stop Bucket from interrupting. He's a pain in the bum. Hope you're listening, Bucket.
He'll be listening, Bucket. Well, he got out of his Friday show and he's picked up a Saturday show now.
Oh.
Hey?
Is he?
Yeah, he's been on before us. I was listening to it last week through the headset. Early on when we got started, so he was on the show there. So
there's some terrific shows on.
It's
Tim and Keith, they're good.
It's a good, it's a good station.
Wednesday lunchbox.
The Music Cube, of course. A bit biased with that one.
And then on Monday mornings at 9 o'clock, you go to Gold FM.
Yeah. You don't listen to the
Rob Cameron's front
I know
page.
you're talking about, mate. I knew where you were going with it. He did go live from the Inverleigh Bakery. Couple of weeks ago.
I think he's going to Winch or something later on. He's been everywhere.
He
Goes there for a free bacon and egg roll.
He's a man of the people. He's just the people. He's just not the people sort of man. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, exactly right. And I'll tell you what. So I've gone for Belmont. Smitty's going for Belmont. Who have you gone for?
Look, I think Belmont, even with the 5 changes, will probably. They seem to have a little bit more height around the ground. And I think on a day like today, that's going to play into their advantage. Belmont, I don't know who won the toss, but they're kicking towards the Oberon High School, which I don't think Oberon High is there anymore, is it? They're closed down now.
I think that means they probably won the toss.
Well, they're kicking to the southern end of the ground, so not to the houses, but it's good to see they've got nets up around the ground now. And I did see a ladder leaning up against the fence as I walked around there earlier, Grub. To climb over to the houses.
Get the footy.
Years ago, they used to have this big dog in there, mate. No one to go get it. So the dog would have 30 footballs by the end of a couple of games. Especially some of the scores kicked against us back in the day. So, yeah, I'd say Belmont have probably won the toss, mate. And Big Jed Evans, I walked past him before. Geez, he's a monster of a unit.
He is, isn't he? And I'll tell you what I love about him, not his size, but just the way he gives everything he's got from the first bounce to the final siren. I love players.
I'll guarantee you, he's been around in the canteen working for the last hour before he's put his boots on too.
Well, I did notice that. All the netballers in there doing their stint as well, mate.
Yeah,
so he's in line, was he?
He's actually been there working. Every time I've come here and gone round there, he's been in the canteen working before he comes out to do this.
And I think a lot of clubs do that too.
They do now, yeah. They do now.
Add a bit of spirit around the place.
Oberon High is now in Armstrong Creek, apparently, so it's a long way to kick to Oberon High. So they're kicking to the Kidman Road end, the Belmont Lions. So we're about to get underway here, Dale. I hope you've worked out who the ruck are.
No, Evans is in there, and the other bloke's Riddell.
Riddell, however you want to pronounce it. Wearing Daryl Bissett's jumper. There's a bit of trivia for you. Daryl wore 17 in Anakie.
Geez, that's a big loss, isn't it? Cool man.
Cool man it is.
You know?
I thought you were going to say Daryl Bissett. He's been gone for a while.
Yeah. No, the big fella's obviously playing at Geelong today, so, gee, that's a big loss. They really need him in these games.
They do. So the umpires just, I don't know, they're waiting for spectators to clear or the red light to say that we're live streaming. We don't cut to ads, so it doesn't really matter to us, does it? We can start.
I can't see anyone on the ground.
No, they're waiting for 2 o'clock to kick over, mate. So official start time, apparently. So, all right. Nearly get ready underway here, Dale. So I'll hand over to you, mate, and good luck.
He's giving the all clear to all the umpires now.
So that's fine. That's fine to do that, but geez, it makes it awkward for us, doesn't it?
It does. Now the ball is thrown in the air. Now we've got some action happening. And everyone will start warming to the occasion. Ball is thrown in the air by the umpire. Actually, Evans got the ball down. Didn't travel too far from that centre circle. Good tackle there from the big fella, which he will do all day and for the whole entire game. He's loves to get in there and mix it around. Ball thrown up again by the umpire. Riddell up too early. Ball comes down the ground, cleared away there by Murdoch. Goes back to their half-forward position. Michaeli Harrison led to the ball, but it's turned over and gone back the Anakie's way. And in front, Bosley comes up and takes a mark. So Bosley is at centre-half forward. And you would think in range, as I said, not too sure at the breeze if he's kicking into a little bit or it's sideways or what it's doing, but has been known to kick a few in his day.
It was Sam Lloyd that put it down his throat too. So
Bosley now from right on the forward 50. Steps in and kicks long. Geez, that went off the side of the boots going towards the pocket. Mark is not taken out there. Ball pushed over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw in about 10 minutes around from the behind post. What number is Lloyd wearing?
43, mate. There he is on the 40. Just be on the umpire now, mate.
Yep. So umpire throws it back in. Evans the front spot. The ball gets through the contest. It's going to be cleared away. Picked up out there. I think that was Thompson who head over the contest. Was tackled, brought to ground. An umpire will come in and take possession of the ball. Evans again doing the ruck work. Ball comes out of that contest and it's hit the top of the goal square. Not too sure again who's sitting over the top, but he might be in a little bit of trouble. Was he sitting over it? No, umpire said, let's have it back and we'll start that process again. It was Mawson getting off the ground. So again, ruckman go at it in the goal square. Barter doing the ruck work, but he's infringed against Big Evans, and Howe here will get the resulting free kick from the goal square. He's going to go to the club room side of the ground and goes outside 50. Kicked it straight to his opposition ruckman. He couldn't take the mark, went back and collected, got the handball outside. Didn't travel the into his teammates' hands. The ball now goes back towards the centre-half forward position. Picked up there by Kaylee Harrison. In and out of trouble on the left boot. Drives the ball long into their forward line. Ball bounces. Evans goes back and collects the ball. He's moved from one end of the ground to the other. No, it's not. It's his bang. That's Ben Evans, and he goes bang, and he kicks the first goal of the afternoon for the Belmont Lions. They are one straight goal. They lead Anakie, who are yet to score. We've gone 2.5 minutes. Morris Finance first got a scoreboard.
Well, I think they've already shown us. Yes, they can get it out of the centre, but they've come from the rebound there, right deep in defence. I think Anakie might have had one or two touches on it, and Belmont took it straight down the ground. The kick into Evans didn't really favour him, but the Anakie boy couldn't mark it. It bounced back. A beautiful pick up by a big fella and a lovely, lovely goal, and that puts them on the board.
So Morris Finance first quarter here. We've travelled 3 minutes. First score on the board to Belmont. So Evans and Riddell to go at it again. Ball thrown up. Evans just stands his ground. And what's the umpire said here? He's got over the top of him too high. I think the free kick was in the end. So Big Jet Evans is waiting for the ball to be returned. Looking at his options now. Moving up forward. Puts the boot into it, comes out wide in front of the coach's box here. Might have a bit too much on it. No, it's been dragged back in, but the tackle's been laid immediately. Ball spills out the back. Brent Vermeulen drives Belmont forward. Looking for Evans again, but not finding him. Markers been taken there by Crossett. So Crossett for Anakie moves the ball on quickly, but finds Jet Evans standing his ground in the centre circle. He chips over the top here. Too much on it. That's a fantastic grab in the end, isn't it? And is that going to be 50?
Yep.
He has too. So.
Yep.
A bit undisciplined there by Goodwin, who's given at Walscott 50, and on this ground, this is where you pay a massive penalty. So
Well, I'll tell you what, he has had some discipline problems over the years, young Billy Goodwin, but I think he's captain.
Well, you got the sheet in front of you.
Well,
Tells you who the captain
Yeah,
is.
but I got the wrong glasses on. But, you know, you can't afford to do that.
So Andy Walscott coming in now from about 15 out directly in front. Got very close to the man on the mark, but didn't really matter. He's put straight through the middle. Belmont moved to 2 goals straight, 12, leading Anakie yet to score. We've gone 4.5. Morris Finance, first quarter.
Well, he is captain, and I'll tell you what, he does need a good kick up the bump for that. You cannot be stupid little discipline mistakes when we could be looking at a very close game. You're against the wind. You're now 2 goals down. You would have only been 1 goal down. And Billy, come on, mate. You're the captain. You've got to show some leadership here, boy.
I think he has come to the bench, Grubb, so...
All right, ball back in the middle again. Evans and Riddell. Evans wins that one down. but coming through. Didn't see the number there coming through. I don't know who it was, but
Del.
Anakie quick. Oh, was it? Yep. Oh, it was Dalhouse, yes. Quick kick forward. Tipped over the top here. Mitchell takes the relieving mark for Belmont, just inside his own defensive 50 here. Looking at his options. Decides to come down the commentary side of the ground, which is pretty handy when we're calling the game. Got too much on the kick. The mark has been taken by Roberts for Anakie. Moves the ball to Dalhouse quickly. He should be easy pick with those bright orange boots, shouldn't he? So Dalhouse now, just the defensive side of centre wing, told to play on. Does so very, very well. Chips over to Ridout, who's come back to Anakie again. So Ridout now drives them forward, looking for options up there. Not many. Pack forms, ball comes to ground. Sharked at the bottom of the pack there by Lloyd. Lloyd gets a quick handball away. Coming through is Evans. Just takes 3 or 4 with him. Knocks the ball forward again. Picked up by Crossett. Crossett drives Anakie back into attack. Oh, simple chest mark spilt there. I think that was McNamara who did that. Gets a handball away. Belmont bouncing the ball around. Ball's been spilled free. Quick kick there. Goes nowhere in particular. And wrapped up in a tackle was McNamara again for Anakie, for Belmont. And the umpires come in and said, I'll have it. So about 15 metres out from the Anakie goal. So Evans to do the ruck work against Barter. Evans just grabs it out. Ball comes out. Nice little handball at the back here. Finds Mitchell for Belmont. He looks up the ground. There's not a lot to kick to. Just picks out his Anakie opponent. So Anakie from centre wing here. Chipping the ball back in. That's been cut off. Went over the head of Allett. Falls in the hands of Lloyd. Lloyd drives Anakie forward. Knocked away beautifully there by the Belmont defence. And out of bounds. We'll have a boundary line thrown about 10 metres around from the Anakie goal. We've gone 7 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
That might have been Robbie Milne out here in the middle.
I think it might have been too, mate.
So the ball now thrown in by the umpire, forward pocket. Ruckman go at it, ball comes out the back, tapped out there by Barter. Goes into the Belmont Lions, picked the ball up, they try and clear it, had a mid-air shot but couldn't get boot to it. Now it's sitting right behind the pole and I haven't got a sight on what's happening down there. Doesn't matter because it's going to be a throw-up, I think.
Someone's got a death wish out there. They're having a push and shove with the big Evans.
That was Mawson. That was Jesse Mawson.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
So the ball comes from that ruck contest, goes towards Kernack, but he couldn't pick the ball up cleanly. Again, now at ground level, players dive in over the top. And again, we're going to have a ball up, which will take place.
Jesse's taking the angry pills today, Grub.
Well, as long as it doesn't affect the discipline and start giving away free kicks, that's fine.
Ball thrown up again. Evans gets the ball down, goes to Lloyd, gets through the contest. Little boot to ball, goes to the hands of Redoute. Well, he did get a boot to ball in the end. Back towards Dalhouse, tried to get through the contest.
That's
he was
holding
tackled.
the ball.
Oh, I don't know, was it?
Yeah, he took 3 steps before he got caught. I'm going to call Pryor and good umpiring there.
So free kick going to the Belmont Lions, deep in their defence.
Ball's got.
So he's looking to drive the ball to where we sit, which is a good decision from my point of view. Ball goes out. Evans stands underneath the ball. Over the top, Riddell couldn't get the ball down. Picked up there. Harrison got out of trouble. Handball was smothered. Goes back inside. Picked up out there. McNamara, he's tackled. Brought to ground.
Yeah, there was no Pryor there.
And he has been similar decision as last.
But there was no Pryor that time,
No, that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I said. I was trying to call it, Grub. Lloyd now with the recipient of the free kick. Decides to play on now. He goes long, back in towards the goal square. Mark required, ball. Actually, it was well held there, but from the defence, the ball comes out through Sheriff. The kick wasn't all that great. It gets to about 20 metres out from goal. Was it a push in the back?
No,
I
think so.
And umpire will come in and he will ball it up.
It's gone out of the game, the old push in the back decision a bit now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So umpire restarts with the ball in the air. Taken out of the air by Evans, kicks towards the centre-back position. The mark has been taken out there and coming up to get it is Crossett. So again, inside 50, can go back and try and shoot at Anakie's first goal of the afternoon.
I've gone through their best players, Anakie, like each night when I get home, and this fella Crossett has featured quite a few times, so he's one to watch, I reckon.
And we don't know where he came from.
No.
Maybe Tom King will text in and tell
Michael
us.
Crossett comes in, kicks from about 40 metres out. The kick wasn't great off the boot and is offline through for a minor score. So one behind now to Anakie, 2 straight to the Belmont Lions. 9 minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. So Belmont now deliver the ball from the full-back position. They go out wide looking for Evans. In front, Mark was not taken out there. Ball at ground level. It's picked up in. I think at this time it's picked up by Wiley. Got out of trouble. Ball is now kicked back into the middle of the ground. The mark is taken out there for Anakie by Wilkinson. This is the 17-year-old kid who's playing his 100th game. Ball goes out wide, found Mawson in some space. Oh, and again, that was a bit lucky as well. Pushed him over. Mawson now short, goes to Dalhouse, goes back to Mawson. Wants him get boot to ball and does so, but sitting in the hole is Brock Marnie, and he takes the mark. So Marnie now, looks like he's grown a little bit since the last time I saw him play. A bit of height about him. Nice left foot kick, goes back out towards centre wing. Mark taken out there strongly again. This time Wilkinson once again comes back into the middle of the ground, went looking for Lloyd, and he won't let him down, takes the mark. So he's still inside the centre square. Goes short, looking for Dalhouse. Had to go back with the flight of the ball, and I can't see what happened because the post sitting right where I need to call. Picked up by Brock Marnie, got the handball over the top. So now Belmont with an opportunity to clear from defence. Ball is still sitting on the half-forward line for Anakie. Goes out the back into the hands of Wiley, and he goes back towards centre wing. Kick was over the top of all players. Anakie the first to arrive back into the contest. Handball comes out, so they work the ball nicely. I think that was Rhodes that had a bit of a handball there. So from the centre wing, a bit of a push and shove, boot the ball. Nice kick, and their hands across it once again. So he's been prominent, as we said, and he's got some options through the middle of the ground, but decides to go long into their forward line, looking for and trying to find Barter. He was up.
He's got it. He's marked it.
Umpire said yes, he has. And he is going to have a real good opportunity this time, Oscar Barter, to go back and kick the first goal for Anakie.
You just called that pole getting in your way.
Yep.
I'm watching the umpire and thinking, he's not paying this. Not just about to pay the money. I couldn't see the other bloke because of the pole. He'd already paid it.
If you want some Crossets from he played at Imps, South Barwon, Murrabit, and Lockington Bamorm United. There you go.
Oh, they're a great club.
Yep, they are.
So Barter from 25 to 30 metres out, almost directly in front, goes back, and I think he has got the first goal for the Anakie side. His first, Anakie now to 1-1. Belmont Lions are 2 straight goals. Morris Finance, we have gone almost 12 minutes.
Well, I'm actually liking the start from Anakie. We believe that the breeze is going the other way. We might even go out and have a look at that because they've had a lot of the football and Belmont can't quite get it up there. They've got it up there and kicked the one, but they can't get it up there much. Anakie have had the majority of the play. It's a little bit scraggly, and as I said, young Crosser, he had a bit of the ball, but he's shaken the kick a couple of times, but no, it's good game, good start.
Ball back in the middle now, Evans versus Riddell. Evans wins that one down. Lloyd is first to it, but Evans just barges through, takes it and turns it around the other way. Quick handball forward. Nice long kick, but chopped off here. So Anakie now through the agency of Sim looking for driving forward again, but goes to the biggest man in the ground. Lloyd does very, very well. Has claimed the mark and has been paid it. So Lloyd for Anakie looks at his options coming forward, kicks the space. Dalhouse has somehow found space. I had the pole in the way then, Grubb, so I couldn't even see him there. Thought he was kicking no one in particular. Well,
I'll tell you what, the Belmont defence haven't got the pole in their way, and they didn't see him either.
No. So Luke Dalhouse now to kick it goal and kick Anakie second in a minute, which would then put them in front. So in he comes now. Ball hits the boot. It's not a pretty kick off the boot. It's
too
through
close
for a minor score. So that's his first contribution for the afternoon.
Too close to the man on the mark.
So the ball brought back in here by Phillips.
Those flags are actually going the other way, Spider. They're going the other way. I think Anakie have got the breeze by the looks of it.
Okay, so coming out of defence here through the back pocket was Dolkin, whose kick was a bit of a mongrel punt, and stacks in the middle up there now. Ball spills free. Running onto it here is Mawson. He has a chance. He fumbles, and then runs into trouble. He might... No, the boundary line has won the race. I thought the boundary umpire blew the whistle, but the central umpire says no. We'll have a ball up right in front of the social rooms over there, and there might be, the boundary umpire has won the battle. I'm sure a few of the crowd over there will be offering their expert advice as we go. So, ball thrown in. Riddell over the top. Brings the ball to ground, moves it forward, then running through was John Jubber, who missed it completely, and the ball has been picked up, snapped around the corner. I can't see who it was because of the pole. Was that Barter? So Barter has his second, has Anakie second. They moved to 2-2-14, leading Belmont 2 straight. We've ticked over 14.5. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
How do you portray that to the listeners? I'm glad we've got a live stream, they can watch it. And I don't like to have a go at blokes who, you like to see the positive things of goals, but he had it in his hands, young Jubba, and he was running. It fell out of his hands and went back between his legs to an Anakie bloke. That's just almost can't happen. But it just did, and Anakie took the benefit of that and kicked a lovely goal. And as I say, those flags now have changed around. No wonder Belmont 9 seconds got a draw. They had the win for 3 quarters because it's come around, and now Anakie do, I think, have the benefit of that breeze. And looking at those flags, I think it's a bit better than a breeze.
Looks like Hootsman's in the ruck, Dale.
Yes, looks like he's going in there to do some work. So Hootsma doing some ruck work. Riddell, they need that. Ruckman got a hand on the ball. Hootsma went back and tried to grab it. Again, at ground level, picked up Dalhouse, got the ball out. He cleared away to Walscott, gives the handball inside. So Belmont from just defensive side of the centre will take the kick forward, but again off the side of the boot, and it's landed in the hands there of, I think, who was that, mate? Can you help me out? Sim, I think it might have been.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
So Belmont now go back into the half forward line. Michaela Harrison drops the ball, went back and collected it, was tackled, was it high? Umpire said no, now he's going to be in trouble. And it's going to be dropping the ball. So free kick will go to the Anakie side.
I think Sim that you just called is one of those 3-pointers who have been going in and out for Lever and Lloyd, so I'm glad to see him play. I think he's not a bad kid.
So Rhodes now with the ball from the half back line. He's going to deliver the ball towards their half forward line. Barter's up in front. Actually totally misread it, and so did the Belmont line defence. Ball went over the top and went out of bounds. We'll have a throw in between half forward, centre wing. Anakie's attacking end again. So umpire now with the ball, throws it back in. Riddell out the back, takes the ball out of the air, tried to give the handball off, ends up in the hands there of Walscott. He made hard work of that, put his teammate under a bit of pressure. That was Aylett, and then it's come back to Riddell. Belmont Lions have got some numbers around the contest now, and they go through Thompson, goes back to their half forward line, ball quickly over the boundary line. We'll have another throw which will take place.
Is that deliberate, Grub?
No, and umpires didn't even look like they were playing, so that's fantastic.
Well looks like
done,
Ben Evans is going to do the ruck work in the forward line against Riddell, so Banjo line throw in. Belmont's attacking end of the ground. Ball comes in. It's gone very, very wide down the side. Only one player wanted it, picked it up. Anakie goes with the check side kick in here, looking for Bosley, but it has in the end. Barter, who has 2. Loads up, goes very long, looking for Bosley. He's got too much on it on this ground, so going for a minor score. Oscar Barter has his first behind, the third for Anakie, 2-3-15, leading Belmont, who are 2 straight. So the ball brought back in here by Dalkin again, goes out wide. Ball brought to ground, overrunning the ball there. We've got a free kick being paid, I think, to Belmont.
Going to Anakie, mate. See him.
He pointed the other way again. So anyway, ball
forward.
I'll tell you what,
Sam Lloyd.
That's Sam Lloyd. The handball fed out. Lloyd's done exceptionally well. Kicked that. That's a third for Anakie. 3-3-21 leading Belmont 2 straight. We've gone 18 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter.
Look, I know you don't, in our level of footy, there's not a lot of tagging going. Get out and have a kick and have a game and just play your best footy. But I'm telling you, you have to have a run with player with Lloyd, because if he's in range, he does that. And if he's not, he hits Dalhouse or someone else or Bosley on the chest. He's such a good kick. And that bloke that come through there and done that beautiful bit of work to start the play, that was that 15 or 16-year-old kid we saw play against Winchelsea, Jet Mills. Remember him?
Yep. Okay. Ball back in the air, tapped down by Hootsma. Coming up to make the ball was Trevorrow, who went without it, but wrap up now. Centre forward for Belmont. We'll have another ball up. So Sim's done some good things so far, Grub. Nice little handball out. So ball up in the air now. Hootsman leaps over the top, gets the left hand to it, brings it down, tries to pick it up the ground himself. A quick kick forward for Anakie here. Belmont numbers here. Gets the handball back. Running through Vermeulen now, looking at his options, puts it on the right foot, pushes it out wide.
Shocking.
But turns it over. So Anakie now with another chance to build. Coming out wide here and finding your mate Billy again, mate. Billy Goodwin with the ball. So Goodwin almost in front of the Belmont Lions coach's box. He's on that left foot, goes long down the line, looking for Dalhouse, and that's hit that direction. Ball hits the deck, picked up by Hootsma. Hootsma, Lux of Fortune, quick kick forward, and finds Trevorrow again.
I'm saying great pass, Spike.
Yeah, I'm running with you there, Grub. Absolutely, mate. You lead to those all day. Trevorrow goes in short. Not 15, says the umpire. But Murdoch's good enough to break the tackle, drives Belmont forward. Michaeli Harrison picks it up, dribbles it forward, and has kicked the third for Belmont. So Belmont 3 straight 18, trailing Anakie 3-3-21, and we have gone 20 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
Well, he's still a dangerous little bugger, Michaeli, because he's still got that pace and he knows where the ball is. He reads it very, very well, and he's able to run into that and kick a goal. But again, it came from the half-back flank, and they took it down. Probably, as soon as you give a bloke a big rap for coming through the pack like young Jet Mills, he probably missed a tackle that he probably should have been able to make. But he couldn't quite hold on. And again, Belmont score a goal from way back from the half-back flank.
So back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Ball thrown up. Ruckman go at it. Hooch Mardis gets the ball down. Again, it's going to be cleared away. They go quickly into their half-forward line. Michaeli Harrison come out, tried to meet the ball, didn't pick it up, went to his teammate there. Ends up there in the hands of Olet. He's got the ball out, but unfortunately there's been a free kick awarded. He's going to go
too high.
Olet, and he's just on the forward 50, decides to play on now and go long. I tell you what, the ball's got the distance, but the accuracy is just offline and through for a minor score. And so that will move Belmont to 3-1 and Anakie 3-3. Ball comes in quickly, goes out wide, runs towards the boundary line, and will be taken over. So we're going to have a throw which will take place in between half forward and centre wing. Far side of the ground from where we sit. Riddell doing the ruck work. This time Evans comes up from behind the ball and he's going to do some ruck work now. Ball comes down. Evans takes it out of the ruck contest. He's tackled. Ball not coming out. Umpire said let's have it back. Have a ball up similar position. Thrown up again, umpire. Evans got the space that he required. Went back and grabbed the ball but came out of his hands. Again, at ground level, it's sitting underneath a low group of players, and it doesn't look like it's going to come out, and it won't because the umpire says, let's have it back. And we'll try that again.
Jet Evans off the ground.
Yep, he's been off for a little while, actually. So ball now thrown back in, comes towards the centre half forward position. A player from Belmont was held there. Alec goes back, collected, got the handball away. Ends up in the hands there of Evans, I think it is, and he kicks towards goal. I think that's Jack. He gets his first goal of the afternoon, and Belmont will regain the lead. They move to 4-1. They lead Anakie on 3-3. 22 minutes gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Well, he's coming into the game too. He was the bloke that got the ball just short of the centre and started the last play off Jack Evans. And I suppose the big fella, Jet, he goes off, so Jack says, well, I better keep up the Evans name, and he's put himself right in the van for the last 2 times, and another nice goal. And I tell you, they're up again. The flags are up and down. I don't know. What's going on?
Stop guessing.
Well, I'm only watching the flags. 1 minute they're down. That's when he kicked it, they were down.
So the ball in the air again. Hoots works to the front, but Riddell wins the tap down. Quick kick out of the centre by Dalhouse. Picked up there by, was that, I think it was Bosley, wasn't it? He got that one. McNamara now. It's a quick kick across goal. Too much on it here. Danger kick. So picked up there by Barter again, who handballs the ball away. And we have another goal here. Elliot Birch kicks his first of the afternoon. Anakie's fourth. They move to 4-3-27, leading Belmont 4-1-25. 23 and a half gone. Morris Finance, first quarter scoreboard.
Look, it's a wrong thing to do, I think, to kick backwards that far if you don't hit your target. But as soon as he did that, 8 Anakie players ran back. They ran after the ball. They got the numbers there. And the reason why I think Belmont covered 4 or 5 of them. But there was still 1 or 2 on their own, and unfortunately for them, that's who the ball went to. So, you've really just kick it towards the boundary, kick it anywhere, but don't kick it back 15 metres in the goal square.
So Hootsman, Riddell. Hootsman just grabs it out of the air, throws on the boot, but it's smothered by Lloyd. Riddell gets a second chance, punches away, ball lands in the hands of Primer. Primer drives Belmont forward. Evans with great strength. Pushes, that was Ben Evans. Chips the ball over top, looking for Allett. Allett running onto it now. Got a bit of company with him. And is bumped off the ball. The ball's taken over the boundary line right in front of the cricket nets here at Winter Reserve. So
it might have been young Cameron Kernock.
Was with him. Yeah, well, that's who's gone to him now, mate. So I think you're right there. So ball thrown back in. Deep in Belmont's attack. Evans tries to grab it out of the air. Ball spills free. Quick handball comes out. Falls in the hands of, was that Harrison, who kicks it out of bounds on the full. So actually it might have been Wiley who kicked that one. It was, actually.
There's some surprises in the area again today. Oh,
There is, isn't there? So, ball to be brought back in here for Anakie. About 5 metres around from the behind post. Belmont's attacking zone. Short kick to Dalhouse. Dalhouse takes the mark. 20 out from goal. His defensive goal. Chips the ball across again. He's got numbers out on the far side of the ground. So Anakie just chipping the ball around. We've ticked over 25 minutes here. So quick handball running the ball out of defence. Down to centre wing now. Looking in the Riddell direction. Doesn't quite get there to him. Picked up, tapped down at Dalhouse again. Throws it on the boot. Picked up by Primer. Good hands by Primer to McNamara. McNamara steadies up. Chips the ball over the top. So ball kick forward again here. Finds Allard. He's got plenty of time. He gets to about 60 out from goal. Drives Belmont long. Ball gets over the back here. And beats the aforementioned Kernuck. And the ball goes out of bounds to be thrown back in. 25 and a half gone. Morris Finance first quarter.
So umpire now about to throw the ball back in. Forward line. Taken out of the ruck contest there by Evans. He was tackled. Did he get rid of it correctly? I'm not too sure. Too far away to make that decision. Umpire's right on it. He stands and watches, circles. Oh, he said there's been a holding decision. And it's going to go to Anakie, is it?
No, Belmont, I think.
Oh, Belmont. Yes, you're right. I reckon this might be Wiley that's got the ball. So he can go back and regain the lead for the Belmont side. 20 metres out, pretty much directly in front. Kicks that goal, stabbed at it, and has missed it. Through for a minor score. 4-2 now to the Belmont side, 4-3 to Anakie, and we have gone 26 and a half minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard. So the ball, I think that's Sam Lloyd doing the kicking in duties, and he doesn't miss many targets, and they worked hard for it there, Wilkinson, but he was able to hang on to the ball, goes out wide. Rhodes comes up from the fence, takes the mark, so he's just attacking side of centre wing, looks to go back in through the middle of the ground. Now decides to change. Well, he needs to put himself under a bit of pressure there, but he got the kick away into their half-forward line. In front, ball gets out the back. Man, it's going to be picked up. They kick back towards the goal square, went round the corner, picked up by Dalhouse, handballs up over the top. Unfortunately, ball goes back over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw-in. So Birch grabbed the ball to Dalhouse.
Evans back on.
Yes, saw that. Was a long time off the ground.
Yeah, I know. There may be a problem there. I hope not, because he was going to the Hotham Hotel after the first 10 minutes.
So he's thrown ball back in, again front position. Evans takes the ruck ball out of the ruck contest. Now he gives the handball away. How will the umpire see it? No, not much prior opportunity there.
It's
So we're just going to have a...
now they'll play a free kick. Big Evans, you just got sucked in, mate. You can't keep getting sucked in like that.
It could be 50-year-old.
Don't know why you get yourself involved in that. You've got the free kick and in front of goal.
Well, Jesse Mawson, he's been a bit angry, and that anger has drawn himself a free kick.
Not the spot to give it away, Grubb.
No.
I mean, it's never a good spot, but geez.
That's probably the worst.
Oh.
He's gone back a long way, Jess.
Just had his passport stamped.
Yeah, I reckon he'd have to. He's going across a few nations here. So he comes in. As I said, he's only a kick of about 20, 25 metres directly out. A little bit of a hop and a skip there. He's been watching the TV, and he's doesn't matter what you do in the process as long as the end result is good, and that's what he's done. Jesse Mawson gets his first of the afternoon in the fifth now for Anakie. They move to 5-3. They lead Belmont on 4-2. 28 and a half gone. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
See, the worst thing about that is Anakie didn't have the ball. They had it in their forward line. They didn't have the ball. They didn't have control of what was going to happen. Jesse Mawson run in. He pushed Big Evans, which is a big mistake for mine anyway, and Evans just pushed him back.
Gone straight off the ground.
And that's what the umpire saw, and that's what the umpire paid, and so he should have. And Jesse Mawson didn't make a mess of that mistake. He went bang and kicked a beautiful goal.
So Hootsman and Riddell in the middle again. Riddell wins that one down towards Lloyd. Lloyd tackled straight away and wrapped up there. That was Evans, Jack, who moved that forward. Wiley could not trap the ball. Neither could Harrison. So cleared there by
He's dropped the footy.
Been dropping the ball. Has he been pinned? He got put under a bit of pressure there by Ujis with the quick hands out. It was like, I don't want to be tackled, so I'll move it on. So Belmont now have a shot for goal. We've gone 29.5, so you think you'd be getting close to siren time.
Is that Wiley again?
That's Wiley again. That's a fair set of shoulders in this young lad.
Well, it is. I hope he's got a better foot than us. What you've got to do is learn from your mistakes and just let the wind take it a little bit. It dragged it away last
We
time.
have a blood rule, so that'll hold things up a little bit.
Well, that gives him a bit more time to concentrate and say, right, I've just had a shot from around the same spot and I'll put it to the left. What do I do different to put it right through the middle?
All right, so kicking from about 35. Yeah, almost directly in front again. Probably 10 metres further out, but roughly the same angle. And I'll tell you what, Grub, he's listened to you, mate. He has learnt. He has put that straight through the middle. So Andy Wiley has 1-1. Belmont have 5-2. They trail Anakie, who have 5-3. We've ticked over 30 minutes. Morris Finance, first quarter.
You know, in local football, how many times do you see a bloke kick a point, then a point, then a point, and it goes through the same side? This kid showed a little bit of class there. He actually did realise what he'd done wrong in that first shot. He corrected it. He gave a goal. He kicked a beautiful goal. And it's just, you don't all play with your hands and your feet, you know, a little bit with the head. And that's really, I love seeing that in a kid.
So back in the middle we go once again. This time Walscott takes the ball out of the ruckman. It wasn't Walscott, it was Hoochma took the ruckman. Walsman's grown a bit in the air. Ball comes from Primer now, goes back into their half-forward line. Evans used his strength, took the mark, asked to play on, said the umpire, gets it back to Harrison, running the wrong way, but he's got time to go back on his right boot, looks up and kicks forward. Nice little kick.
That's a free kick, I think.
Yeah, blind Freddie, as I said, he's right beside you, and he saw that one as well. So free kick will go to the Belmont Lions side. And a chance here to go back and will kick for goal. Jake Wood. It's a nice kick of the football, this bloke. Is he? From memory.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, great. You're a good judge of a good kick, Dale.
So Jake Wood comes in. Distance won't be a problem. Neither is the accuracy. Straight through the middle. He gets his first of the afternoon. The 6 now for the Belmont Lions. They are 6-2, leading Anakie on 5-3. We've gone over 31 minutes. Morris Finance first quarter scoreboard.
Geez, I thought you'd put the moz on him then, that poor kid, so I'm glad you didn't. But I tell you what, that kick from Michaeli Harrison, he put it in a spot where there was no chance that the Anakie boy could do anything except give a free kick away or let him mark it. It was a magnificent kick. The bloke behind him was right on him and still had no chance. Tried his best, but gave away the free kick. Again, well picked up by the umpires. They're doing a pretty bloody good job here today too.
All right, ball back in the middle. Can't be long to go now. There's been 11 goals kicked. Riddle has done it all day. Tries to win that hoops, but does win the tap down, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Picked up by Mawson as the siren goes. So, at quarter time, Belmont 6-2-38 are leading Anakie, who are 5-3-33. Dale, could have some goal kickers, please.
Yeah, goal kickers for the Belmont Lions. All individuals got Walscott, Wood, Wiley, Harrison, Jack Evans and Ben Evans all have one. And for the Anakie side, 2 to Oscar Barter, Birch, Lloyd and Mawson all have one. So as I said, at this stage it is a small margin to the Belmont Lions. We're going to take a short break, come back. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
open, they move the ball very well, and that's exactly what's happened in this first quarter. I thought Anakie were fantastic, and I thought Belmont were just as good. I don't even know who's winning, but
Belmont by 5 points, mate.
I knew it was close because it was just a good game to watch. I thought Anakie had the ascendancy in the ruck until Big Evans went off the ground, and then it sort of, they nullified him a little bit. Oh, gee, I tell you what, if this goes the distance, we're going to have a great day because, as I say, I still can't. Look at them flags now. They're going back the other way. I just honestly can't work it out. It's too hard for me to work it out. We'll just have to judge. Maybe the wind's not going to make much anyway because of the simple fact that both sides are going in hard. Both sides are playing pretty good footy. There was a ton of good players in that quarter. I thought, Crossett, he's the new bloke from, where did you say he was from?
Oh, he's had a few different clubs, but he played at Imps in South Barwon.
He's done pretty well. One of the blokes who I thought struggled a couple of years ago when they couldn't win a game was Elliot Birch. Now he's in the better side. He's playing a lot better. Bosley looks dangerous, and I think he could be in for a big second quarter. Luke Roberts played a pretty good quarter, and so he should. His grandfather, Jimmy Edwards, was an absolute icon down at Werribee. Dalhouse, obviously, and Lloyd, well, they probably hold the key to the whole game, if you ask me. And Jesse Mawson put himself in there, got himself a free kick and kicked a nice goal. Belmont also had some really good players. None better than the big fella Evans. He did give a free kick away and then went off the ground for a while. I hope there's no problem there, but he was really, really good early. I thought the coach was both coaches were pretty good, Walscott and Vermeulen. Jake Wood had a nice shot. He looks a good kid. Hootsma went in the ruck for a while, and I think he's a good player. Andy Wiley, a couple of shots of goal presented. Michaeli Harrison did some dangerous things when the ball did get down there. And even Jed Evans come into the game in the second half of that quarter. I tell you what, we could have the match of the... Well, we have got the match of the day. Hopefully we've got the close one. And I'm very, very impressed with both sides so far.
Well, around the grounds, before I get Dale's quick thoughts, Geelong West Giants 3-6-24, leading Belpo still one behind, so I'm guessing they kick with the aid of a 30-knot wind up there at Belpo still. North Geelong 5-2-32, lead Bannockburn 3-3-21. East Geelong 4-2-26, lead Corio 1-2-8. Thompson 5-1-31, lead Inverleigh 1 solitary behind. So some interesting games there, Grub.
Werribee 2 goals 5, Winchelsea 3 goals 2.
The match of the pie, Bell Park 27, leading Geelong West 9.
Who do I go for?
You went for Bell
West.
Park. No, you went for West, didn't you?
I went for West.
You wanted to go Bell Park.
St Mary's 43, Grovedale yet to score. Leopold 21, Lara 4 behind. North Shore 2-6-18, leading St Albans 1 behind. Colac Tigers 28, South Barwon 12. St Joey's 32, and Newtown 14. So, interest everywhere. The Bellarine, the only scores. Drysdale 27, Queenscliff 8. Barwon Heads 27, Port Oakland 14. Anglesea 39, Newcombe 12. Mottawarry 26, leading Torquay 2-7-19.
Wow.
And a no score from the Ammos game yet because it starts at 4:15.
Well, that's why there's no score.
So that is round the grounds. Dale, you got anything to add to what was said before you have the call?
No, look, I've enjoyed
You've
the
got
game.
nothing to add.
I've enjoyed the game of footy. As I said, it's been some really good skills out there, and as I said, you can see the qualities out there in the field. And both sides are basically in for the fight. As I said, it's going to be a nip and throw here, but it's the interesting thing
Nip
is...
and throw?
Yeah.
Nip and throw?
When that
Nip and tuck or to and fro?
To
Both.
and fro, nip, both. When that back door opens here at the thing, there is a fair breeze that blows through this box. So I'm assuming that the wind is blowing, and I think it would be favouring the end that Belmont Lions will be kicking to this quarter. So this will be the testing quarter for the Anakie side. If they can keep possession and run the ball up into the wind, we know they can get the ball inside 50 because it's not a big ground to get there, but it's going to be very interesting. Let's have a look at it. Umpire's about to throw the ball in the air, and Ruckman go at it again. Evans takes it out of the ruck contest over the top to Marnie. Marnie, a little kick forward, which is okay. Runs into their half-forward line. Ball comes out. Ujis attacks the ball. Couldn't pick the ball up. Ball ends up in the hands of Evans. Looks inside. He's a senior player out there in Allett. He goes back. That's a nice kick. A nice kick to position, and Allett doesn't let him down. He will go back and shoot for goal. So we're looking at about a 20-metre kick out from goal and almost directly in front here, so which will be a very quick start for the Belmont Lions in the second quarter. So Elliott makes his approach now. Kicks that goal. And I think he likes it, and so does his teammates. And he has got his first goal of the afternoon. And the 7th now for the Belmont Lions. 7-2, they move to 5-3 to Anakie. And we have gone just on 1 minute. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
That's a little bit ominous coming out of the centre and kicking a goal that early. If the wind's going that way, which you reckon it is, and so do I. See, I tell you what, Anakie have got to put the pressure on straight away, because if the breeze is good enough for them to go and they go like that, they could get 2, 3, 4 goals in very quick time. So Anakie right now, don't wait for that. They've got to put the foot on the pedal right now, the Roos.
So back in the middle once again. This time again, Evans stayed on the ground. His opposition ruckman went up a little bit early. Ball is kicked out of that contest, and there's a free kick being called.
It's way down here, I think.
No, we got a kid on the ground. Got a spectator. She's still out there having a kick.
Hey, Grub, just to tell you.
Better have a player count.
Ben McPherson done all his ligaments in his ankle last week. That was his mum. I was just talking to
Okay, yeah. Cogs, you did say injured, yeah.
So the ball now thrown up again. Ruckman go at it, tapped out there. Evans once again runs the ball into their half-forward line. Ball is picked up out there, cross it. Handball's across the line. Handball ends up back in the hands of Crossett. He looks to go forward.
Down the ground.
Kick. Going to be down the ground, it is, by the looks of it. And it's going to be taken. Hang on, there. One's calling it back. The other said it's got to come right back to where it happened.
Barter's taken the mark in the goal square. I think it must have stopped. Oh, over with that for a kick.
One step, still in the middle of the ground.
So he's obviously paid that for an in the back or a high tackle, not a late one.
Well, it definitely looked like it was late. But
well,
anyway,
if it's late, it should have been down the ground.
That's what I would have thought. Crossett goes out wide, so they've got runners from behind. And it's now going to be kicked into their half-forward line. That's similar back to where the position was before. That's a good, strong mark. And it has to be paid. Umpire's pointing the wrong way there. And I reckon it's Crossett again. No, so it's not. It's
big Barter again.
Barter again.
Well, he took one now, and now he does get a chance. So luck's of fortune, ironic, whatever you want, karma, whatever you want to call it. I had me heart in my mouth when that whistle went before, because they were looking at that umpire now that I know they're going to pay a free kick to Belmont the goal scorer. And the little kid ran across.
Probably one of Bagger's kids doing that, I would have thought.
Yeah.
So Barter now, we know he can kick the distance because he's got a mean kick on him. Goes long, goes not too straight. This time through for a minor score. So Anakie now moved to 5-4, 7-2 to the Belmont Lions. We said we tick over 3.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Geez, like after Anakie kicked one straight away, Belmont kicked one straight away, Anakie really needed that, didn't they? They really needed it just to keep the momentum going or win the momentum back.
I think this is Mitchell bringing the ball in, is it? For Belmont. Plays on, goes long down the line. Kicks it all the way to the centre of the wing. Riddle drops what he could have taken. Bosley dispossessed the ball very, very quickly. Still managed to knock it forward. Oh, the players have all dived in now. I think the umpire will come in. And what's he going to say? He'll have it. Have a ball up on half forward for Anakie, far side of the ground here at Winter Reserve. So ticked over 4 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter. Ball goes in the air, knocked forward. Grabbed by Evans there, who's wrapped up immediately in a tackle. And we'll have another ball up. So, Evans and Riddle to go at it. Neither ruckman wins a clear tap, but the ball's 1-3, comes out here to Kavanagh. Kavanagh swings it back round, goes to Lloyd. Lloyd pushes the ball out even further. Picked up there by, that was by Sim. Sim goes short, not direct with the kick. Ball fed back now by Belmont. Handball over the top to Allett. Allett, another quick one through. On the run here now, what have we got to? Has a quick bounce. Looking into the centre here. Nice looking kick to Hootsma. Hootsma puts the hands up. Can't complete the mark. Ben Evans picks it up. Handball over the top to Mitchell. Mitchell's taken away.
Pulled his head off.
So Bradley Mitchell.
It's Michelle, isn't it?
Michelle, is it?
I don't think it's got a T in
it.
It
hasn't got a T in
No,
it.
it's definitely Bradley.
It's definitely Bradley. Michelle. So is that like Thompson and Thompson? One with a P, one without a P. It's still Thompson. We'll find out.
Yeah, it is Michelle.
It is Michelle?
Yeah.
Pfeiffer. So Michelle now. Someone will come and tell us anyway. About 20 metres out on an angle here. It's not really an angle at Belmont because there are no pockets. Comes in and makes absolutely no mistake. Has the 8th goal now for Belmont. They move to 8-2-50. Leading Anakie who are 5-4-34. 5.5 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
Geez, look, Anakie missed a chance up the other end to equalise, but you can't take that away from Belmont. Then that football coming from down the ground was absolutely magnificent. They moved the ball beautifully. He put it in a good spot for Hootsma, and even though Hootsma didn't take it, it took all that effort to try and stop him from marking it, that it ended up falling to a Belmont player. Look, they missed a chance, the Bruce.
So Ruckman go at it. This time Evans gets the ball down. Dalhouse went after it, didn't pick the ball up. Riddell's there. He just kicks the ball off the ground. Again, Belmont win from the middle of the ground. They go with the half-forward line, coming up to meet the ball. Wasn't picked up cleanly, so it's going to be turned away there. Cross it goes back on his right foot, back towards centre wing. Ball bounces. Belmont were going to be the first to arrive, but the ball was not picked up cleanly.
I tell you what, I don't like that.
Mawson had a bit of a crack at it.
I think he swung an arm. Have a look at it, Spike. Can you have a look at that for me, please?
Yeah, mate, I can. I'll see it in a sec. Dale's calling, so I can let you know what happened.
So we're just waiting because the umpires...
Yep, certainly did. Got him high too, and that was the coach for Mullen.
Oh, I don't like that.
No, so he's in a bit
straight off the ground.
Yep.
He's all right. He's up. He's about.
Up and about.
Well,
but he did, mate. There wasn't... not we're going to dob anyone in, but...
So the ball's now going to be thrown back in from that position. Over the top of the ruckman. Riddell got the ball down, went to Mawson. He's tackled, and he will be brought to ground. Umpire says, let's have a ball up.
It's willing.
Well, it should have been a free kick to Belmont.
So the ball's now thrown up again. Evans takes the ball out of the ruck contest, goes inside, gave it to Murdoch, tried to get out the back with the handball, but it wasn't successful. Again, now there's some players sitting around that contest. Umpire said this ball's been put down, and it's going to be a free kick. And again, probably to Murdoch by the looks of it. And he now plays on and comes clubber himself.
Kick it out in the full.
It's just a tad wide there. It's landed on the Anakie box. And it's going to be a free kick going to Sam Lloyd. So Lloyd now looking at his options. Goes in short. Mark will be taken out there. Kavanagh. But Kavanagh, he again looking at his options. Belmont have closed things down further up the field. Goes in the longer direction. Mark will be taken out there. Good grab out there. Sheriff. So he's on the... Goes short. That kick's okay also. Into Thompson. He plays on. Now has to go back. This is what I don't like in this footy. They go back. It's okay at the moment. Those two kicks were good. The next one's going to be the important one. Chip up high, long. It's going to allow Dalhouse to get in front. And it's going to come back with some a little bit on it, I would think. So Dalhouse now from centre wing position decides to go long into their forward line. Out in front, Barter couldn't take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Went back, and I think has it back in his hands, but he couldn't get a clean handball away. Ball sits around the contest, picked up there by Lloyd, got a handball out of that contest. Went back after it again. Ball is picked up there by Evans. Got the ball out. That was okay to Thompson. Thompson to Evans again. It's not the same one, but it's an Evans. Ball comes through the legs of Goodwin there. They continue to run now, and Belmont, they clear the back ball from the half-back line. Running into their half-forward line now. I think that's Kernack. He picks the ball up. Looks to get the handball away. Incorrect disposal. That was a great chase there by Hootsma, and he will be rewarded with the free kick. So Hootsma now with the ball. Just outside their half-forward position. He's going to look to drive it long into their forward line. Goes towards the top of the square. Allett's out there. Mark not taken. Ground level picked up. Dalhouse gave the ball away into the hands of Lloyd. Steps around one. A little bit of time. Handballs back towards the centre half-back position. That's a great bit of vision. Ends up out there in the hands of Connor Kent. He goes back towards centre wing. And that's also a good mark under a bit of pressure there. And John takes the mark. So John now, he looks to go into their half-forward line. That kick wasn't great, and it come out that way. The mark has been taken out there by McNamara for the Belmont Lions. And he can now slow things down. Transfers play across to the half-back line. They maintain possession. They go inside. And again, Thompson, his mark was spoiled. McNamara's first to arrive. Picked up, tackled by Mills. Brought to ground and held up. So there will be a ball up just inside the centre square.
I know where you've got Jard from. Jard Anderson. I bet you get mixed up with him.
Yeah, I've heard the name before somewhere.
Evans Riddell do ruck work on the half-back line for Belmont. Ball cleared out there. Belmont defence driving long outside. Harrison looking to run onto it. He's beaten to it by a teammate. Gets a handball over the top. That's Wiley. Wiley out the ball. Sends the ball in long, looking for and finding Hootsma.
I like this bloke.
Hootsma takes a mark for Belmont, about 25 out directly in front, looking for their 9th for the day. You like him, Grub?
Yeah, I do. He has a run in the ruck and goes okay, but he provides a target to him. Mind you, the kicking to him at the moment's been pretty good, but he provides a target there.
So Hootsman comes in now. Ball hits the boot. Goal umpire does move a little bit. Went to lift the arm, but it doesn't matter. He's kicked the 9th for Belmont. He's first for the day. Belmont now are 9 goals to leading Anakie 5-4. We've gone 11.5. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
And it's funny, like I don't know if he's been the player that, say, Bosley has, but he's actually providing a bigger target or a better target than Bosley so far. But I tell you what, a lot contributes to that. I just think Belmont are bringing it into him a lot better than Anakie have given it to Bosley at the moment. And with blokes like Dalhouse and Lloyd, it probably should be the other way. If they can match that up and fix that up, then they'll get themselves back in the game. Are they losing, boy?
4 goals.
4 goals now.
Ball in the air. Evans again stands his ground, but Riddell wins that one only as far as Thompson. Thompson quick kick forward, and the umpire's picked out a free kick. And
Anakie.
It's going to Anakie. So quick kick out into Lloyd. Lloyd just outside the forward 50. Looney's options, plays on, goes round. Nice long kick for Riddell. He's let out and takes the mark in front of him on a couple of grabs. So Braden Riddell now chips the ball over the top again. That's a fantastic set of hands there by Bosley. So maybe he's going to work his way into the game now. Bosley looks down the line, puts it out in front of Barter. Can't quite get there. Spoiled by McNamara. Ball hits the ground of Dalhouse. Dalhouse quick kick round the corner into space. Couple of people leading at it. Kicked off the ground there by Evans. He's bizarre to see him leading in the race for the ball, isn't it? But works his butt off and fall down there. Anakie outside their 50. Quick enough to get a handball away. Ball is centred and Marnie can't take the mark. So ball hits the deck now. Inside the forward 50 for Anakie. Players diving on, wrapped up. And we will have a ball up just inside the forward 50 on the far side of the ground here. We have ticked over 13 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard. So, I think Hootsman's gone into the ruck now. What a look of it. It's Riddell. Hootsman gets up. Riddell just stands his ground, uses the body, grabs the ball out of the air. Quick kick on the left foot. Quick kick over the top again. Is that Lloyd on the left?
Oh, kid me.
He's
yeah, it's got it.
Oh, wow. Wow. I know he's a good player, Dale, but that is exceptional by Sam Lloyd. Kicks an absolute freak. It's second goal for the game. 6th for Anakie. They're 6-4, trailing Belmont 9-2.
Well, that just shows that, players that play league football have got that extra class that other players just don't have. But I tell you what, I got a bit of a bulletin for you. I thought we might have been sending Big Ben Evans to the Hotham Hotel tonight. He may be having a trip to Corio Bay Health because he limped off that ground in a pretty ordinary way then. I don't think he's fit.
Big Ben or Jed?
Big Jed, sorry.
Listen to the story about a man named Jed. Ball from the middle of the ground comes out, picked up Dalhouse, couldn't get boot the ball, works pretty hard, still at ground levels, just hustles through, got the handball forward. Again, from the centre half-back position, it's picked up in the hands of Allett. He goes into their half-forward line. In front, Evans. Oh,
great
that's a great pair of mark. This is Jack. And Jack Evans will go back and respond to that Anakie goal pretty quickly if he kicks straight. And from about 40 metres out, has that opportunity to do so.
I reckon we'll get a text from Darryl Jarvis in a minute saying we only need one idiot in this box, Dale. Only one. No good having two.
So Evans comes in. Oh, you're talking about me singing, Grub.
Yep.
He kicks, and I think he's got his hands in the air. He likes it, and the umpire also agrees. He's got his second of the afternoon and the 10th now for the Belmont Lions. They are 10-2. Anakie on 6 goals, 4. 15 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
I did say after that first goal that, this is not panic station, but Anakie have really got to concentrate here. Otherwise, they'll go 3 or 4 goals down. They've done that. And it's not because of their fault. They've tried everything they can. But Belmont, once they get the ball, they are moving this football better than any Belmont side I've seen since probably 2007. They are really moving them and hitting targets as well. Fantastic play.
So back in the middle now, Hootsman versus Riddell. Hootsman wins that one down to the left hand. Dalhouse runs onto the ball. Onto the right foot, drives Anakie forward. Wide open space out there, leading in the race. Not quite taking the mark with Sheriff. Bounce back over his head. Players running through Vermeulen back on the ground, which is good to see, but he overruns that one. Picked up now, quick handball on the line, going towards Vermeulen again, but the boundary line wins that race. So almost on Surf Coast Highway, this one to be thrown in from. It's how far away we are. So
Where's that?
that's the main road just out there,
I
mate,
thought it was
Torquay
back
Road.
the other way.
No. So
no, where are
Riddell and Hootsma go at it. Riddell wins that one down, taps it to himself, grabs it out, gets a quick handball forward. Picked up there by Phillips. Phillips, another handball across. Quick kick forward by Belmont. Oh, bounces over the head of Evans. Unfortunately there. That's the luck of our game. Ball hits the deck now. Goes forward again. Evans to Evans. Picks up the ball very well, but Crossett stands in the way. Drives Anakie back forward, but only as far. Is it Phillips again from Belmont? He transfers play. He could have come out to McNamara if he wanted to. They're messing around with it here now. Going to find themselves a bit of trouble, but eventually it finds its way out to McNamara. In front of the cricket nets here. Looks up for his coach in Vermeulen. He doesn't let him down. Takes the chest mark. So Belmont trying to work it out. Handball back to McNamara, who kept running. He's coming long down the line here. Goes over the back. Lands in the hands of Sam Lloyd for Anakie. So Lloyd will drive Anakie back into attack. Looking for a bit of movement up there. He's kicked towards the pack. They fly at the back. Goes over. Come forward now. Picked up. Players come in. Tackles wrapped up. Ball hits the deck. The umpire says, I'll have it. Right on probably the forward 37.5 metre here at Belmont. So, ball will be thrown up. Hootsman and Riddell. Hootsman goes right up over the top. Wins it down. Wrapped up and tackle straight away. Is that Wood that time? No, it's not. It's Allett.
It's another Peter to pay Paul Smithy. Like, Hootsman's no longer a target up in that goal square.
Yep.
They're up and go again. So Hootsman takes it out of the air after Riddell fell over, kicks the ball long. Wood flies, can't take the chest mark. Ball hits the deck, picked up by Ugis. Ugis out across that Wood's done very, very well to cut this off. So ball's wrapped up now. Umpire says holding the ball. So Robbie Milne held on to it a bit too long. So it looks like Wilder will take the result and kick. He's got players everywhere. Allett's got the ball now just outside 50. Chips the ball into the centre, and ball's brought the ground.
They crashed.
They did crash. This is young Wilkinson now kicking Anakie clear. Not a bad kick, but Phillips done a very, very good job there to bring the ball to ground. Wrapped up in the tackle, surrounded by Belmont players here. So Phillips still with it, looking for his options. Dispossessed, probably should have used the first one. Anakie driving forward. Vermeulen comes across very, very well. Spoils the ball. Ball hits the deck again. Quick kick off the ground, didn't quite work, but Bosley snaps it. Great smother, ball tapped forward again. Quick handball out by Marnie on his left foot. Comes out looking for Evans. A little bit too much on it, but works his way back. Crossett does very, very well. Tap it forward. Allett now just hacks it out of midair off the ground. Picked up down here by Sim. He's wrapped up in a tackle straight away.
Oh.
The umpires come in and said, I'll have it. You touch one, Evans, you touch all of them, don't you?
I wouldn't be touching any of the big buggers.
No, I wouldn't go near him either,
Yourself.
mate. But it looks like Ben Evans is going to do the ruck work against Riddell. Wins the ball down. Picked up by Riddell in the end anyway. Tries to break the tackle. Turns it over. Brock Marnie goes long. Didn't quite get on with it. Allett runs on. Picks up. Quick handball out towards Harrison. Harrison couldn't quite collect it. Picked up now by Dalhouse. Wrapped up in the tackle. Brought to ground. Umpire will come in and have another ball up. 35 metres out from the Belmont goal.
That other holding the ball,
Yep.
that had to be 50. He had the ball, so he's holding the ball, but the Belmont Lions bloke had to pick it off the ground, so had to get to the ground.
Fair enough. Anyway, ball comes down. Evans fighting hard in there. Ball spills free right on the 50-metre line here at Belmont. Good Campbell out. Lloyd goes hit off the ground. Misses. Picked up there by Michelle. Someone has been awarded for, I reckon, for in danger here.
He's played kicking in danger.
But I reckon he pulled out of the kick. I'm going to watch this replay while we're bringing the ball back. So it comes along over the back here.
Looks more like a tap than trying to tap it.
Yeah. So. No, he pulled out of the kick. He didn't go near it. So anyway, who's got this one? Dale?
That's a good question, Spider.
Is this Michelle again?
Possible. Quite possible.
I'm just trying to find. It could well be, I think. We'll find out soon enough. 36, that is Michelle. Good number, that 36. Comes in, crosses the 50-metre line. Goal umpire did not move a 1 millimetre. 11-2 now to the Belmont Lions, leading Anakie 6-4. We've gone 20 and a half. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter.
Geez, with 20 and a half gone, like in the third quarter, you would expect, all right, we've got to have Anakie come out and kick. I think getting this far behind, they need to kick another 1 or 2 in this quarter if they can manage it, just to get themselves a bit closer to throw that challenge out in the third quarter. But the way the Belmont boys are playing, I tell you, they're sitting on top, but we all thought, who knows? They actually look the best side I've seen so far, the way they move the ball up until now. It's got half a game to go, but they look as good as I've seen, Belmont.
So Barter now going to do the ruck work up against Hootsmart. Both boys go at it. The ball from that ruck contest goes to Lloyd. Try to get the handball out. Wasn't successful. Picked up by Belmont. They go further into their attack. Goes out looking for Evans. And umpire said that's gone over the boundary line. Let's have a throw in, which will take place. Only 20 metres around from their goal line again.
Tell you what, with the baldy hair, the beard, a little bit heavy. He looks like, he's old and slow, but he just gets there. They're just good players, aren't they? They never give in, these blokes.
They're honest.
I love them.
So the ball thrown back in. He's going to do the ruck work now. Out the back, it's tapped out. Barter's doing that ruck work. They're trying to work the ball free of the contest. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to come out. Rhodes and Evans, the last 2 to leave the ground.
Mottawari 46, Torquay 20.
Well, we said this morning they wouldn't lose a game.
They might not.
They might not, but they're in a chance now.
So the ball now thrown out. Evans takes the ball out of the ruck.
Don't kick a goal.
No.
And
Hit
Evans
the post.
off the line there. So Ben Evans has 1-1 for the afternoon and 11-3 now to the Lions. 6-4 to Anakie, 22 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
So Rhodes to bring the ball back in. Anakie comes there looking for Lloyd. Goes over the top. Puts pressure on him now. Elliot's done very well. That's gone on the floor. I reckon they hit the foot, I reckon. Anyway, boundary umpires both 10 metres away have said no, it hasn't. Leave them alone. They've made their decision. Play on is the call. So
that goes through, and there's 2 contenders for the Kempy Engineering goal of the day.
So Barter and Evans, Ben, front. Barter wins that one down the back. Picked up and kicked quickly forward there by John. Picked up again here. Quick handball, 2 quick. Bremer gets in the way. Gets away. Hootsmith throws it on the boot quickly. Looking for it and not finding was his teammate there. Ball comes out to Thompson. Thompson has a flying shot for goal from the 50. And I tell you what.
I reckon they've all missed that.
Anyone's touched that.
I reckon they've all missed that.
Umpire's going to say. I think it's a goal.
We'll go to the video. Go to the video.
You can't go to the video. It's not working.
We'll go to this one.
That's a goal. Belmont have their 12th, courtesy of Harrison Thompson. He has his first. 12-3. Belmont leading Anakie 6-4. And we have ticked over 23 and a half minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
Don't worry about the flags. I think I've worked out which way the wind's going.
Which is the way Belmont kick.
But that in itself is, they're still playing very, very good football. And I thought from here it was a goal, but obviously we're not close enough. But it looked like it had cleared the whole lot of them.
So back in the umpire, throws the ball in the air once again. Over the top, Barter trying to get over the top. Lloyd tries to emerge with it, taps it in front of himself, picks the ball up. Now he goes back out the other way. Got the handball away, went to Dalhouse. He's trying to do the same thing. He got the ball out, so they did nicely there. The kick, unfortunately, is going to end up in the hands of Mule, and he's not going to waste any time. Played on, handball wasn't good, missed Jubber. Went to his teammate there, Yuka Miriam, into the hands of Mills now. He loads up long into their forward line. Players come out, ball hits the ground. Who's going to be the first there? Picked up. That was a nice bit of work there. I'm not too sure who it was down that far. John again. He got the ball, but then dropped it down. Back into the centre of the ball goes. Mark will be taken. So Anakie an opportunity now to go back the other way. I think this is cross it once again. Runs long, kicks long, goes back towards the goal square. Mark will be taken. I think that's Barton's back there again.
Yeah.
And he can go back and have a shot at his third goal of the afternoon. Short stint in the ruck. Now he's back at full forward. I reckon that might be his spot.
Give Riddle a bit of a chop out, hadn't he?
Yep.
He's rucked pretty much the whole way through.
Might be something they do with Bosley, get him involved in the game. I'll tell you what.
It's got it.
Didn't look good off the boot, but it's gone through. And Oscar Barter's got his third of the afternoon, and the 7th now for Anakie. 7-4 Anakie, 12-3 to the Belmont Lions. 25 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
Well, take a bow, Michael Crossett. He's played a pretty good game so far. He's got the ball in a situation where there's a fella in front of him, and it's normally just a kick, but he decided to take a risk. He's got a bit of pace. He got around that bloke. I don't know if the kick was meant for where it was meant, but the boy on the other end of it, Barter, he read it absolutely beautifully. and kicked a goal that Anakie dearly, dearly needed.
It's back in the square. So maybe he's drifted forward, though.
Oh, jeez.
Barter's gone back in. So Riddell obviously having a decent break.
And Evans is back on the ground.
Evans is back on the ground. He's been to Cryo Bay, mate, and he's got fixed up.
Well, I think he was standing on the goal line when he kicked that goal, so he's been on for a few minutes.
So ball thrown up now. Evans wins that one down. Coming through there was Murdoch. Couldn't take it with him. Ball falls in the hands of Lloyd. Lloyd coming out wide here. Leading in the race is Vermeulen. Does well. Picks the ball up. Gets around one. Gets a handball into Evans, who tries to handball the ball further forward. The umpire said it's a throw. So Yuka Bamarian will be the free kick recipient. Chips the ball over the top here. So this is Goodwin. Goodwin goes top. The ball is smothered very, very well there by Stapleton, who does well to keep the ball in. Evans comes in to lend a hand, trying to pick it up and bust through. Wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire says, I'll ball it up. We true centre wing, just in front of the Belmont coach's box here. So ball in the air now. Barter and Evans. Evans uses his body, gets it on the second attempt, but Barter does well to get it out. Quick handball across to Ridout, whose long kick forward lands in the hands of Lloyd. Lloyd now long centering ball. Ball hits the deck. Numbers there for Belmont. The ball is bouncing around. It's picked up there by Jubba. Gets a handball out. So clearing kick finds Primer. Primer in the back pocket here for Belmont. Now looking to assess his options. Has Michelle short. He ignores that one. Decides to go back into the centre. Oh, back almost across goal. Nearly had too much on it. Now the relieving kick long down the line. So too much on it. Looking out towards Evans. He ends up with the ball at the back of the pack, looking for a handball. Does not get a proper contact to it. Wrapped up in a tackle again. This time by Mills. Mills now just chips the ball forward. Not a lot on it, but made it look very good by none other than Lloyd.
Well, he's a chance for me, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Well, I would have thought after, the ones up, he could probably get a shot out here from the wing before, Grub. So Sam Lloyd. Nearly 28 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter here at Winter Reserve.
Well, when he played league football, this was his specialty, wasn't it?
Yep.
It was. Lloyd. Deliberate shot
Not
at
this
goal,
time.
but it's gone. Well, he probably centred it in the end. Evans punches the ball down. Thompson for Belmont leads on it. Picks the ball up now. Handballs to himself, and he might get pinned for deliberate here.
For deliberate.
And I'll probably agree with that on Grub.
Yeah, well, I hate the deliberate, but when you handball it only through 4 metres towards the boundary line, today, I don't mind that one being paid.
So Dalhouse with the resultant free kick in the opposite pocket that Lloyd just had a shot from.
Well, he was a pretty good goal kicker in his day too, this fella.
I'm not sure.
Going around
I
the
might
body.
as well put the moz on both of them.
I'm not sure how to do this at Belmont. There's no pockets. It's just a straight kick. Anyway, Dalhouse kicks round the corner.
He's
Has put a bit
missed
too much on it and has put it through for a minor score. So 7-5 to Anakie. They trail Belmont, who are 12-3. Well, nearly 29 minutes. Buckley's Entertainment, second quarter scoreboard.
So Belmont Lions now with the ball full-back position. They're going to come to our side of the ground where we sit and commentate. Ball goes out long. Evans is going to be the target. That's over centre wing already, and it's one kick down the ground. Working hard at ground levels, Evans. He tries to pick the ball up. He can't get out of the contest. I'm not too sure whether he didn't dive on it, but...
I think the saving grace there was a bloke alongside him holding on to it as well, so the umpire will say 50-50, and a good decision too. This kid's a pretty good umpire, I reckon.
Yep, ball thrown up once again. Evans just stands there this time. Ball comes out of that contest, goes towards Mills, picks the ball up, goes out the back ball to Dalhouse, into cross
That's a free kick.
And a free kick's been given. Disposed off after the event, as you could say. And
Probably
looking
was,
Dalhouse.
even though it's only 5 metres. It was downfield as well, probably, but doesn't matter.
Dalhouse now with the ball. He goes long into their half-forward line. Mark is not taken out there, but the umpire said there's a free kick, and it's going to go to Bosley. Bosley now
Have a shot.
He's not going to go. He's going to just center the ball towards the centre forward position. The kick was okay. Mark wasn't taken. Opportunity out there now for Rhodes into the forward line. Went looking for Mawson. Ball lands in front of him. Allowed it to bounce, but then the ball runs over the boundary line, and we will have a throw in, which will take place about 20 around from the behind post.
Oh, there's a free kick to Belmont. Pushed him over in the square. The defensive square, I might. Don't yell too much, but
McNamara.
why are they doing that?
Well, it goes out there, doesn't it? No. Why didn't it go out where the ball
Well,
was?
it has to go out in the advantageous position, which was out there, I guess.
So the ball now from the fullback position. McNamara delivers the ball inside. Delkin now has the ball. He's also a pretty good
Hang
kick.
on, it's
And
down the ground again.
What's that for?
Was it 50 or it's 50? I think
No,
he
it's
might
50.
have been a bit of abuse from Bosley. The umpire's talking to him.
So is it going from where the ball landed or where it?
No,
50.
50. So it's just
It's
50
a 50-metre penalty from where he kicked it, which that's about a 30.
Yes, wouldn't by land.
So again now Belmont with some ball, goes outside, went into the hands of Primer and through Primer's hands, and it's gone back over the boundary line now, so we'll have a throw in which is going to take place in between the two coaches' boxes here. Brian Coughlin will have a close view from where he sits in there.
Well, I think Jake Mawson at half-time, he won't worry about the way they're trying, but I tell you what, he has to have a word about their discipline. It's just dropped off a bit.
So the ball now thrown back in again. Evans at the front of the contest. He picks the ball up. Needs to get the handball out. Did so. Into the hands of Allett. He goes over the top. Going back with the fly of the ball. Picked up nicely out there by Michelle. He runs inside 50. Kicks towards goal. And he has now got his third of the quarter. And the 13th for the Belmont Lions. They are 13-3, leading Anakie 7 goals, 5, 31, almost 32 gone. Buckley's Entertainment Centre, second quarter scoreboard.
You just can't drop off for a minute, can you? They've had most of the play in the last 5 minutes. They've had control of the ball. They haven't been able to score a goal. And that's what good sides do to you. They get one little break, and it could have gone either way that way. But that was a bit of class, the way he sort of jumped around there, picked the ball up, banged through a goal. And I've got to admit, I know I've said it a couple of times, but geez, they look good when they get and move the ball.
So 32 and a half gone. Buckley's Entertainment second quarter scored. Evans just grabs the ball out of the air, throws on the boot, but it's smothered. Yuka Marion picks it up. Didn't quite get rid of it, but he's going to be dropping the ball. It was. Did not get rid of it at all.
Bandage. No.
There's the siren. So we see Belmont 13-3, leading Anakie 7-5 at half time. Dale, goal kickers, please.
Yeah, Brad Michael. Michelle, or Michael, no, Michelle. Michelle, we got 3 all in that quarter. 2 to Jack Evans, 1 each to Walscott, Thompson, Aylett, Wood, Hoosma, Wiley, Harrison, and Ben Evans. And for the Anakie side, Birch and Morton. Take a short break, come back. We'll have half-time scores from around the grounds. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
stream back here at the Winter Resort. Sees the home side with a pretty handy 34-point lead at half-time. Grubby, thoughts, my friend?
Well, at quarter time, I was in raptures of a great quarter, and even though the scores have blown out a little bit, it's still a good game of football. And I'm still really, really impressed and enjoying the fact that Belmont have moved the ball very, very well. They get into the forward line and they score. Unfortunately, they've been just a little bit too good for Anakie, who've got it down there a fair bit, but haven't quite got the score on the board. But they have a breeze this quarter. They really need to kick. Oh, no, he's just taking his jump. Look, he looks like a harpooned whale out in Corio Bay. But, oh, no. I don't know what to say now. I'm going home, I think. I'm going to vomit. I'm going, oh.
Hey, at least last year when you took yours off, Jules wanted to put his hands around you.
Yeah, I know. You're lucky Jules is not here. But
hey, we got a listener to share that too. And speaking, it's female. One of the Devil Playground supporters down there, young Ruby, said, "Can you please say hello to me out there?" So there you are, mate.
Well, wouldn't
or she wouldn't want to see that, mate, at the top coming off.
No,
that'd turn her off this live stream.
Oh, no, but why wouldn't you say good day to the beautiful Ruby? Good on you, Rubes. Have a great day, mate. And I tell you what, Anakie, kick a few early, put us in the picture, and we'll see what happens.
All right, you want some round the grounds, Grub?
Yeah.
Yep. Belpo still 21, Geelong West Giants 61.
Wow.
North Geelong 47, Bannockburn 41.
They're getting close up.
Winch 30, Werribee 10, I don't think that's right. That's been like that for a while. East Geelong 38, Corio 29. Thompson 53, Inverleigh 15.
Wow.
I'll just quickly run through the other leagues because no one else covers them apparently anymore. So Bell Park 59, West 30, St Mary's 89, Grovedale 7, Leopold 59, Lara 23, North Shore 33, St Albans 14, Colac 33, South Barwon 21, and St Joey's and Newtown all tied up 46 apiece. And over to the league by the bay, Drysdale 49, Queenscliff 28, Barwon Head 78, Port 14, Anglesea 52, Newcombe 23, Mottawarri 46, Lead Torquay 28, 310 they've kicked, and of course the game at 4:15.
Now, what do we say every week about bad kicking is bad football?
Correct, mate. We've seen it live a couple of times, mate, where it's cost sides games, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. How did Thompson get belted here one week and go out and play really well against Inverleigh? Beat Bannockburn at Bannockburn. What a season this really is.
I'm not too sure what's happening here, but Oscar Barter now, he's going into the ruck contest, and I think they take away one of their best options down forward, but the ball from that middle of the ground is going to be in the hands of Lloyd. Lloyd puts boot the ball, goes into their forward line. Bosley lets the ball go over the top, runs back towards the goal, picked up out there.
There's a whistle.
Free kick holding the man.
And again, I haven't seen
to
that.
Mawson. Phillips had his arms wrapped around him, mate.
There you go. Glad you saw it, Spider, because I didn't. And Jesse Mawson can go back and start the quarter very nicely for the Anakie side.
I think it's all four of me eyes, Dale.
Even with the kick of a 12 metres, he goes back a fair way. Jesse Mawson.
You stick to what you do.
Stick to what you do. As long as you get the end result, that is what you're after. So Jesse Mawson comes in, staggers and kicks, and he has got the first goal of the third quarter, which moves Anakie to 8 goals, 5. 13-3 to the Belmont Lions. We've gone just 1 minute into the Lifeline third quarter scoreboard.
Well, deja vu. Belmont did it in the second quarter. And now with the win, Anakie have come out within a couple of minutes and got there first. So who knows? It could be a bit of an avalanche for them and a great game. But as I say, what I said to Anakie before, I'll say to Belmont now. Be on song straight away. Don't let them get away. And try and kick a couple against it.
So back in the middle again, the ball's in the air. This time Barter actually went up, missed the ball. Ball comes out of that contest. Evans tried to get it off the ground, kicked off the ground. Well, Barter had a fresh air shot. Again, back at ground level, kicked clear there by Jack Evans into their half-forward line. Allett picks the ball up. He knocks it further afield. Michaeli Harrison leads in the race for the ball. Handball's back inside. That's a nice bit of work. Can they finish? I think, yes, they can. So a very quick answer there to the Belmont Lions, which moves them now to 14-3. And 8 goals, 5 to Anakie. And we're going only 2 minutes. Lifelines, third quarter scoreboard.
Well, almost again, like last quarter, Belmont Lions kicked the first one, and Anakie had a chance to kick the second one and get one straight back, and they didn't do it. Well, Belmont didn't make that mistake, and that takes the spirit away from the side. When they get that first goal, and then bang, is already one against them. So they've got to go hard again.
I don't think Riddell's out there, Dale, by the look of it, so maybe he's off injured. So Evans and Barter will do the ruck work. Barter wins it one down quite clearly. Jack Evans goes over the head with a fist. Murdoch, who just kicked the last goal, gives the ball back to Evans. Evans dribbles, one's forward. Caught behind there was Allett. Quick kick forward by Anakie. Coming out here to meet the ball. McNamara does very nicely. Gets a nice handball over the top. Finds Murdoch again. He goes out wide to Walscott. Walscott now drives Belmont forward in the Ben Evans direction. He sits at the front of the pack. Ball falls out the back now. Picked up, repelled here. Left foot there. Quick by Lloyd. At the back is Evans. He knocks the ball to ground. Walscott does well, picks it up. He's wrapped up in a tackle immediately. Ball has now fallen out again. Handball over. Smothered by Crossett. And the ball has crossed the boundary line. We'll have a boundary line throw in just in front of the Belmont Lions coach's box. We've gone 3.5 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter scoreboard here. So he's Belmont 14-3 and leading Anakie 8-5. So the ball thrown in. Evans just uses his strength, picks it up, handballs the ball out to McNamara. McNamara taken high. The umpire said no, holding the man instead. And it's gone to Anakie, this one. I thought the free kick to McNamara was the first one. And that's where it's ended up. So
Definitely is.
and McNamara's got Sheriff running past for the handball. That's where he goes. Sheriff now drives the ball long for Belmont, but no one home at all. And the ball is picked up, I reckon that is by Sim again. So Sim goes out wide looking on. Riddell's out in the ground. There he is looking for him. He can't quite take the mark. Oh, what a fantastic work that is by Harrison, who's done it exceptionally well. Kept the ball in front, still going at it now. He bumped off the ball by Dalhouse. Jack Evans hacks the ball out of mid-air, heading towards his brother, but Walscott beats him to it. Picks it up, gets around one, chips the ball long in, and that's Wildy has taken an absolute fantastic grab. No, hasn't paid it. It was actually Harrison. So wrapped up in the tackle now. The umpire says, I'll have it. Mustn't have held it long enough, Grubb.
Had a fair bit of it.
I thought he did too. I'm just having a quick look at the replay.
I did too, but geez, the umpire's right there and we're a fair way away. But I did think he held it long enough, but that's
Anyway.
limbs and breaks.
That's the decision made. So the ball in the air now. Evans and Barter. Ball comes to ground. Dalhouse gets his hands free. Lets go of the ball in the end. So well done by Marnie. Drives Belmont forward. Wrapped up in a tackle. Not going anywhere. No prior.
Definitely no prize.
There wasn't. He should have hesitated a bit.
That was Uji's who was wrapped up in that tackle.
That was a great tackle.
So Ben Evans and Oscar Barter to do work. Oh, hang on, there's a third man up here, and that was Hootsma. So I think we're going to get a free kick. So obviously 2 people have nominated. Evans very slow to get up off the ground here. So free kick by Barter drives Anakie out, long way out of defence, picked up by McNamara, swings on the left foot, chips it back in, only Anakie players home there, and Lloyd has taken the mark. Lloyd now, plenty of time, goes to Barter. Barter looked to play on initially, but decided against it, so now sizing up his options from centre half back. Just decides to chip it out wide, and does so, and finds Birch. Birch goes through the middle looking for Riddell, finds him very, very well. Quick handball up and about, moving the ball over top, finds Wilkinson now, back to Riddell. Comes out wide to Lloyd. Lloyd has options out here, can't find Mason, bounces in front of him. He has pressure now from Michaela Harrison. That's a great tackle. Umpire says play on, and we'll now have to come in and ball the ball up. So there's probably the difference, Grubb, in Michaela Harrison now. It's a great tackle.
Yeah, it was.
You said he's chasing blokes down and doing well, so make sure we'll nominate properly here. So, Evans versus Barter. Barter thought it was a boundary line throw in. Evans just tries to grab the ball out of the air again. Does it well in the end. It's a handball away to McNamara. He shrugs the tackle. Went to go to Jack Evans. Couldn't quite do it, but follows up with a great smother. Ball on the deck now. Picked up there by Harrison again. Oh, sorry, it was Wiley that time. Has plenty of time. Goes forward looking for Ben Evans. Takes a fantastic grab. Oh, he must have been touched off the boot. He gets the handball across. Mason gets it. Handballs to Wilkinson. Bounces off his chest. And we'll have a boundary line throw in here in front of the Belmont Lions coach's box, true centre wing. We have travelled 7 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter.
So Barter, as we said, been doing the ruck work in this third quarter. Evans front position, ball front of the contest. Both players grab hold of the ball. It's going to be Sheriff that tries to work out of that contest with it. No, he left it behind, still floating around. Picked up out there by Thompson. Little boot to ball. Now there's been a holding decision. Who's it going to? It's going to
Belmont.
Thompson. So he plays on quickly.
John's on the ground. He's hurt.
Knee.
Yeah. I'm going to have a look at it here, Dale. I'll let you know, but it does look that way, doesn't it?
Pretty hard to see from where we're. There's a lot of bodies around there, Spides.
Yeah.
I
think he's all right.
Well, there it is there. I don't know. Just like, might have been a knee to the knee, I reckon. But he's couldn't really tell in it. There's so many bodies. There's so many bodies around it.
So now Thompson with the ball has it. Decides to kick. Kick straight into the man on the mark there. Picked up it there. Reckon that.
He's paid.
It was a free kick.
Yeah, he just dropped the ball. Just let it go.
So it's going back to Thompson once again. This time over to Sheriff. Sheriff from the half-back line goes long into their half-forward line. Mark not taken out there. Ball hits the front of the contest, but again, ball over the boundary line, and Wiley will see it that way. Umpire will come in and have a throw in. Just waiting for the umpire now with the ball. Throws it back in. Ruck contest. Evans takes it out of the contest, so it's Evans to Evans. Goes in long. Hootsmart leads in the race ball. Gee, that's a nice pickup for a big fella.
Great pickup. Goes
back with the hand. Unfortunately missed his teammate. So now Anakie with an opportunity to run the ball through the middle of the ground. Again, gets to the middle, and there was a strong tackle. Over the top, Thompson gets the ball back, goes back to Evans, bursts through the contest, went back, had a second go at handballing the ball out. Sheriff got it out further, went to Thompson, he left it behind, picked up out there, Riddell. He was tackled, brought to ground. Umpire said he's dropping the ball. I don't know whether he's going to pay advantage because the whistle stopped. It's going to come back, and a free kick will go to the Belmont side. It's going to be Nick Sheriff that's going to be rewarded with that.
I think he probably should have let the advantage go. I think Belmont would have preferred the advantage.
So Sheriff now from centre wing. Little short chip up over the top. Okay. Mark taken out there by Murdoch. So he now decides to go a little bit quicker. A little flat kick. The kick wasn't good. The mark's been chipped off there by Dalhouse outside the Lloyd. They know each other are those two. They just keep running past each other. Ball in towards Evans. He brings it ball to the front of the contest. Going to be picked up out there. Handball from Jubba. Missed the target. Riddell goes after it. He picks the ball up. He's tackled. Ball comes out. And again now, it's going to be picked up out there. And it's nicely done by Murdoch, who kicks the ball back towards us in a half-forward position. Kavanagh tried to trap it, couldn't pick it up. Allett had it, he handballed over his head, back towards Goodwin. He got the handball away, and now from the half-back line, Kavanagh for Anakie gets the ball out to Mills. Mills got a running player, Goodwin, on the left boot, looking into their half-forward line for Bosley. Over the top, Jubber is with him. He's got some support there. Barter, but the ball will go over the boundary line, and we will have a throw-in from the club rooms here at Belmont Lions.
His post is quick, isn't he?
He is. He is. I just noticed that. He's got a bit of pace. Those big long legs.
The ball through be thrown back in by the umpire. Again, Evans front position. Mills comes out the contest, goes to Dalhouse. Hands off to Birch, who kicks round the body. And he is offline through for a minor score. So Anakie now to 8-6. They trail Belmont Lions in 14-3. We've gone almost 11 minutes. Lifeline third quarter scoreboard.
Sheriff brings the ball in for Belmont, comes out wide, nice kick. Drop what should have been taken there by Stapleton. Kick had a little bit on it. He had plenty of time, plenty of space, had time to bring it in. So not taking that mark means the ball's thrown in 50 metres from the Anakie goal. Evans wins that one down to himself again, but Allett picks it up, tries to feed the handball through to McNamara. Had too much on it. Driven back in by Sim. Bosley at front, ball brought to ground. It spills free out the back. Sheriff runs on it, picks it up, gets a handball away, puts his team under immediate pressure. Didn't have any other options though, so now fighting for it. Quick pick, that handball out. And out of bounds on the full. In the other pocket, mate. So
I thought you said there were no pockets. You kicked in one pocket to the other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's no pockets, so he's gone half forward to half forward. Young kid retrieves the ball. It's his 5 seconds of fame on TV. So McNamara now for Belmont. Play's got very stagnant at the moment, so he just drives the ball down the line in the Evans direction. He just fists the ball over the line, and we'll have a boundary line throw in. So First 2 goals in the first 2 minutes at a blistering start, and we've had one behind kick since then. So, ball to be thrown back in. Hootsma and Barter to do the work. Hootsma wins that one down. Only as far as Lloyd. Lloyd tries to break through, can't. Marion does try to get through, got a handball out, ducked the head there, I reckon.
No, he's going to get it.
No, so Kernuck gets the resultant free kick for Anakie here. So about 70 from his own goal. He probably got a shot from there, he could. So he plays on immediately. Goes long looking for Bosley. Jabba hot on his hammer, but Bosley does fantastically well and takes a brilliant grab. 2 blokes on him, Grub. Still did very, very well to drag that one in.
Yeah, he did. No, I just thought the last time they went in, I thought he had his arms chopped, and I thought he may have got a free kick, but this time he didn't worry about that. He just put both hands around the ball with a very, very strong mark. But now he's got to do the right thing, and he's got to kick it through the goals.
I was better than his last attempt kicking the goal, mate. Andrew Bosley now. By the time he kicks the ball, be kicking from about 35 out, directly in front. So in he comes, crosses the line, stabs at the ball, makes no difference. The goal umpire does not move, so Bosley has his first for the day. The 9th for Anakie. They move to 9-6, trailing Belmont 14-3. We have ticked over 13.5. The Grandy Cycle and Sport third quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, look, just from what I've seen today, he'd probably rather be in the full forward at the other end, wouldn't he? Because they've brought the ball in Belmont. They've brought in better than Anakie. Anakie, and I tell you what it's due to. It's due to the pressure around the midfield of the Belmont players. Anakie just can't get a clear kick at it. They finally get one, and Bosley does his job. So he needs Anakie just to get a few more clearer kicks and just give him half a chance, and he'll swallow them.
So back in the middle once again, Hootsma up against Barter. Barter actually got the ball down, but it's Hootsma that went and collected it. Now at ground level, Marion, he picks the ball up. He is tackled and brought to ground. I think some of the players were calling for a sling there, but he don't know whether he slung himself or not. But the ball again back in the air. This time over the top, Hootsma picked up. So the ball ends up in the hands of Anakie. Barter did nicely, picked the ball up, got the ball into the forward half, goes towards the pocket, ground level, coming out, Bosley picks the ball up but left it behind. Sheriff had it and lost it. He's got some teammates and support around him, and he runs over the boundary line, or runs through for a behind, I should say. And it's going to be kicked in from that position. No. And it's turned it over straight into the hands of Riddell, into the hands of Lloyd, and off a step, goes back very quickly, and we will have another behind. So I can't remember who kicked the first one, but they've got 2 behinds, and that makes them 8 now. And 9-8 to 14-3, and we have gone 15 minutes lifeline, third quarter scoreboard.
So Sheriff to bring the ball in now. He plays on and goes long down the line here, looking for Hootsma, but it's gone too far from him. Lloyd chips across and takes the mark. So now Lloyd got a beautiful looking kick and finds Ridout. Ridout plays on, drives the ball long. He's got Jesse Mawson scoring his own, but doesn't need him at all. So Paul Ridout has his first for the afternoon. The 10th for Anakie. They are 10-7, trailing Belmont, who are 14-3, 15.5. The Grandy Cycle and Sport, third quarter.
They're trying everything they can, aren't they? They've got control of the footy again. They're still coming in a little bit scrappy. That one went through, and you weren't quite sure what was going to happen to it when he first kicked it, but they just keep on having a go and having a go. And I think this year in the GDFL, that's all you got to do. Just give it your best, and if the side's better than you, all right, fair enough. You'll get to have another shot at it next week. But they're going okay, the Roos.
Well, they're still in it, so the ball in the middle. Hootsma versus Barter. Hootsma wins that one down. Only as far as Lloyd, who breaks through the centre. Comes long down here looking for Mawson and Bosley, but Phillips at the back takes a very good mark for Belmont. He plays on, comes down the line. He's got 2 options to go to. I think they both caught each other out of it, and the ball beats Walscott and Vermeulen, the joint co-coaches here at Belmont, over the line. So 16.5, gone. And the Grandy Cycle and Sport third quarter. Hootsma and Barter to do battle again. Just in front of the Yankee coach's box. Hootsma gets to the front spot, wins it down to only as far as Dalhouse. Dalhouse wrapped up immediately in the tackle. When jumps in to give him a hand, the umpire says, I'll have it. So we'll ball it up right where the boundary line throw-in landed. So Hootsma and Barter to go again. Umpire throws it up. The wrap bodies. Barter wins that one quite easily. Goes through the hands of Connor Kent. Couldn't pick it up. Picked up by Dalhouse, who's trying to fight his way through. Wrapped up immediately. Got nowhere to go. Umpire says, I'll have it. So, advance the ball about 15 metres now, right in front of the commentary box. We've ticked over 17 minutes. So, Barter and Hootsma again. Hootsma wins that one, the basketball jump. Dalhouse went without it, and the ball's gone over the boundary line. So, another stoppage in play.
Well, Anakie have got a few goals getting it out of stoppages, so it might be there to their advantage here.
So, Barter and Hootsma again. Barter wins it one over the back, picked up there by Goodwin. He's wrapped up immediately, had nowhere to go, so he has been pinned for dropping the ball, or holding the ball, sorry. Hootsma takes a free kick, plays on immediately, goes down looking for Ben Evans. Ben Evans uses his body beautifully, turns around, plays on immediately, kicks the ball long into the forward line, and oh yes. We have Jack Evans down there who's taken the mark. You can always go Evans to Evans. The Evans can't, you hear? We should be playing it out at North Shore. Should be playing North Shore, mate, Evans reserve.
I don't think you can. I think the big fella's off the ground.
Yeah, well, if it goes his way. Well, we seen that happen in one game, didn't we, Grub, where they tried to go to Joel Bennett.
Tried to go to Jamesy, kicking straight out of bounds.
Yeah, so Jack Evans comes in from right on the 50 here. He's pushed it right, and that is a minor score to Belmont, who moved to 14-4. They are leading Anakie 10-7. We've ticked over 18.5 minutes. The Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter scoreboard.
What jump is that, Smithy?
Looks like an old Newcomb one.
It does, doesn't it?
The young fellas have got lost. He's the wrong ground.
So the fullback now plays on, goes out long towards centre wing, coming up from behind. Ball in the hands of Yukiba Merriam, gets it off to Birch. Birch, little kick along the boundary line. We're looking for Dalhouse. Unfortunately, didn't have the desired effect, and ball went over the boundary line. We'll have another throw in, which will take place.
I found your missing point, Dale. It was a rush from where they walked it through.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember who.
No, they walked it through.
Did they?
Yeah, Phillips walked through and
Oh,
played
that's
on.
right, he did too.
Yeah.
I've actually got that down there, Spider. I put it down there because I couldn't remember who did it. But anyway, ball in the hands there of Barter. He was tackled from the ruck contest, and then again, there was no prior opportunity in that contest, so he'll be able to get to his feet. Umpire will have the ball back. We'll have a throw in still on centre wing. Umpire's listening for the rattle in the ball by the sounds of it. Ball up over the top. Gee, that was a big jump there, but it's taken by Hootsma. Did that nicely. Stayed in the ground, goes around his body, but only as far as centre wing. Riddell must be playing back behind the ball now as a loose man. Decides to go into the forward line. Kick didn't have the desired effect. Riddell couldn't take the mark at ground levels. It's going to be diving on the ball. Umpire said he's going to be okay.
Tell you what, this kid's got this umpire. He's got this hold the ball on the ground and at no prior. He's got it down pat. He's done a terrific job.
So ball again, Hootsma and ball there from that contest. Picked up again, Barter. Little boot to ball, Mills. Handballs outside to Lloyd. Lloyd of a step, smothered by Harrison.
Well done.
Went back, collected his own smother. Got in and out of trouble. Put his mate Team Thompson in a bit of trouble. But again, at ground level, Lloyd tries to force his way through once more. He can't get through the contest. Umpire will come back in again. We will have another ball up which will take place.
That smother from Michaela Harrison, because the ball was in Lloyd's hand there, he could have kicked a goal from there. So great work, Michaeli.
So the ball from that contest goes to both ruckmen, sits in between the two of them, but it's tapped out of there now. Runs back, it's going to be picked up out there. Vermeulen has the ball, stepped around a couple, little bit of time and space, kicked to the half-forward line. Evans come up with the ball, couldn't take the mark, picked up out there and cleared away. I think that's Milne, goes back towards the centre-forward position. Redoubt's there, he takes the marks, got a couple of running options.
He's gone, hold the ball.
He had a couple of running options, but didn't hear the feet step from behind, and it was taken there by 36. Who's that? Michelle. Oh, that's Michelle again. He goes out wide. Primer takes the mark. Defensive side of centre wing. He's going to now go towards the half-forward line. Evans has made some good space out there in front, and I think he has taken the mark. Would he drop it? No. Umpire said he must have hit the ground, and he's going to call for a ball up in between centre wing and half-forward for the Belmont side.
This young Primer could be related to Gus Primer. They've got the same haircut.
Yeah, not the same body. Now, there's been a...
Yeah, the ball's flat, I reckon. Paints has sent something that he said Grubby should give the voucher to the young umpire. He's been fantastic.
Well, I tell you what, I might too. You saw him a minute ago, the ball, and now he's having another look at it. He's very pedantic as well, and they've given him a new ball. So this kid is on the ball, Paints. Don't worry about that.
They're kicking the ball all right, so it can't be that bad.
I think it just went flat about 2.5 minutes
Well,
ago.
it's bouncing all right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's going all right. But anyway, it doesn't matter. He's made a decision. That's good. He's going to ball the ball up, as we said, in between centre wing and half forward. Evans takes it out of the ruck contest. Ball doesn't travel that far. Picked up Riddell. He had the ball and lost it. Now it's at ground level, and the ball has been pushed back towards the boundary line. It's going to be cleared away. I think that might have been Thompson. Went back on his right foot, inside to Evans. Good, strong pair of hands. He was going to go, but Anakie player ran across his line. Goes short into the pocket. Mark is taken out there. Allett, he now sells a bit of candy, or tried to sell a bit of candy, got caught in doing so. Picked up now from the half-back line. I think that was Uzi's. Got the ball back towards centre wing. Redoubt's there. Handballs over the top. Barter looks up, goes long into their forward line. Ball bounces at centre half forward and runs through the contest. Dalhouse first to line. Wants to stop and go back on the right foot. Little chip up over the top, looking for Bosley.
Well done.
It's picked up there. Mawson handballs over the top. Kernack picks the ball up, got boot to ball.
Kick it off,
Missed it. Brock Marley is there, and he'll pick the ball up. A little bit of time and space. Looks up, goes long and outside 50 towards centre wing. Picked up, so they maintain the possession of the ball. And it's going to be cleared away this time by Trevorrow. Out wide and again. Good presentation there from, I think that may be... Is it Allett, is it out there?
Again, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Now kick it. That's
he looks
better.
back inside, and the mark is going to be taken out there by Michelle again. And he now will steady things up. He's looking at his options. He's going to go with a right boot into their forward line. Evans, good position, good strong hands. Oh, he actually put the ball down. Picked up out there. Thompson once again from the boundary line. Looks to centre the ball, goes across the goals into the goal square. He is going to be pushed through for a minor score. So 14-5 now to the Belmont side, 10-8 to Anakie. We have gone 24 minutes, lifeline, third quarter scoreboard.
So ball back in quickly now, almost hits the boundary line, kept in there very, very well. That was by Birch. Birch chips the ball over now, plenty of space running forward. Oh, I thought he was going to take me out, and that was Sim. But Sim, one-hand attempt by McNamara was not good. Ball thrown on the boot. Well, the umpire pay the markers. Must have barely gone the 15, but some very, very sloppy footy there.
Well, it went 15 in the air.
Yeah, so Jubba now goes across the face of goal. Finds Sheriff. This kicks the important one. So Nick Sheriff for Belmont. He'll be told to play on shortly. He has been now. Decides to run. Got no one at all to kick to, but now Jack Evans presents, does well. Ball comes to ground, spoil there. But, I thought it was by Barter again, but it wasn't. So it was by Robbie Milne. I thought Barter was everywhere. So we'll have a ball in now. Far between the half forward and wing for Anakie. Just in front of the wing, far side of the ground here at Winter Reserve. Ball to be thrown in now. So Evans and Barter will do it. Evans just grabs the ball out of the air, looks for someone running past. Can't find anybody. Overrun it. Ball tipped back in there by Anakie. Running into Dalhouse. Dalhouse tries to trip one in short. Didn't work. So McNamara gets the ball. Picks it up. Spins out of trouble. Chips over the tops to Phillips. Phillips has runners on the outside if he wants them. It's about the only option he did have for him. He might have Jubba here short on the 50 if he wants to use him, or Vermeulen still running down the ground. Decides to go longer towards Evans. Evans couldn't get there. Harrison done fantastically well there. Turned his opponent inside out, took the mark. Swings on the left. That's a great looking kick into the centre there. Well done by Allett. Great grab. A mark or a free kick, I would have thought there. So Allett now goes out wider still. Running player, and he's going to hit him on the chest, and has so. That Sheriff got all the way down there.
That's Michelle.
He
Kicked him from this end.
Oh,
and he's travelled all the way down.
He kicked it. I thought it was Sheriff kicked it off.
Yeah, no.
Wow, that's a great run then.
Clean white boots.
Clean white boots is the difference, is it? So
Yep.
you're saying that Sheriff needs to clean his, mate.
Wash him.
Wash him. Who? Anyway, so Michelle coming in for his fourth for the afternoon. 25 out, kicks it goal. Goal umpire pushes across a little bit, and he has missed to the right-hand side. So 14-6 Belmont, 10-8 to Anakie. Michelle has 3-1. We've gone 26.5. The Granny Cycling Sport, third quarter.
We may have seen the last of Andy Walscott for the day too, boys.
Have we? So the ball's been brought back in, coming to the this side of the ground. Vermeulen uses his body well, but can't quite bring the mark in.
Well, I hope I'm wrong, but when a coach gets hurt and takes the long trek around the boundary to go straight in the rooms, there's something wrong there.
Fair enough. Good
Look
pick up.
like it's some sort of an arm injury by the looks of it. He's walking okay.
Good pick up, mate. Good pick up. So the ball comes in now. A little bit of a shove in the back there. It doesn't matter. Allett runs through again. Quick kick forward for Belmont. Lands in the hands of Trevorrow. Tackle being broken there. Handball over the top. Looking to get out of trouble here, but no such luck. Wrapped up the tackle. We have a ball up just inside Belmont's forward 50. In front of the cricket training nets here at Winter Reserve. So 27.5 gone to Grandy Cycle and Sport, third quarter. Ball to be thrown in the air. So Ben Evans and Barter. Ben Evans brings the ball down only as far as Lloyd. Quick handball over the top. Finds ball out of bounds now again. Sorry, I lost my microphone for a second then. It was Kernock who the handball went to. So I'll have another boundary line throw in here. So Ben Evans going to do the ruck work again against Barter. Barter just uses his body, gets out of the way, grabs the ball out of mid-air, hacks the ball long down the line, but only as far as Hootsma. Hootsma now for Belmont. Has players on the move to the left if he wants them, but he decides not to. Decides to go long down the line. No one really at home, but Harrison flies. Ball comes to ground. Yuka Bavarian picks it up. Handball back through. Almost gets the ball back for the old 1-2. Murdoch picks the ball up, spins out, handballs and misses the target. Goes back to Yuka Bavarian again. He's wrapped up, but he's good enough to get the handball away. So Uji's now runs out of space, and we'll have a boundary line throw in. About 25 around from the behind post. Belmont's attacking end. 28.5 gone. The Grandy Cycle and Sport, third quarter.
Looks like it may be concussion for Andy Walscott.
Okay, is that you got the message, did you?
Yeah, Cogsy.
All right. So the ball thrown in now. Evans in front. Wins a tap down, but Barter ends up with it out of the ruck. McNamara puts his hands up. Probably could have got a chop in the arm for a kick there. Doesn't matter. Wins the ball at ground level. Quick kick forward. Goes done very well. Jack Evans picks the ball up. Has a flying shot at goal. Doesn't get there. Wood picks that one up. Handball's over the top. Is there a free kick in that one? No, not in the back. Not holding the ball. So we'll have a ball up now. 10 metres out from the Belmont goal. 29 minutes ticked over the Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter here.
Well, I don't think it was holding the ball, but it may have been in the back. May.
Ball in the air, brought down. Evans picks the ball up, snaps it out of the ruck and through for a minor score. So the seventh behind for Belmont. 14-7. Anakie 10-8. 29.5 gone. Buckers Entertainment. The Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter.
Sam Lloyd doing the kicking in duties here. He goes out wide, far side. Barter's the target, went through his hands. It's going to be come back with Walscott picking the ball up.
Hootsma.
Hootsma. He just moved off the ground. You're right there. So he goes in towards Harrison. Ball comes out of that contest. Over the top, cross it. Handball ends up in the hands of Rhodes. Runs and carries. Goes outside into the hands of Goodwin. Kicks along the boundary line. A little bit too much depth on it. Actually, was going towards Bosley maybe. He might have saw him better than I did. And the ball's gone over the boundary line. We'll have a throw-in which will take place just forward of their centre wing. This time Anakie's attacking end.
Haven't quite done enough, have they, the Kangaroos at the moment?
Yeah, need to be too close, but they're not going to give that opportunity. I wouldn't think if 30 minutes ticks by. So Barter doing the ruck work. Hootsma also there. Barter gets the ball out the back. Went back and tried to collect, but had support. Unfortunately, trying to work through the contest. Tackle was laid, and the ball will go back to the umpire. Connor Kent was his player trying to work through. Hootsma up very early. Took the ball out of the air. Now at ground level, umpire will come back and repeat his effort of throwing the ball in the air. So Hootsma again. This time it was tapped out. Yuko Marion picks the ball up. A nice little handway to Goodwin. Goodwin on the left boot. Long into the forward line. Bosley underneath the ball. Goes out to the back. Ball now runs towards the half forward line and will go over the boundary line. Umpire says let's throw it in.
Well, there's only one decision there.
Well, that's what I would have thought as well.
Only one decision, and the umpire made the correct one.
So we're ticking over 31 minutes in this third quarter.
Don't wait, son. Just throw it in. They're not ready. They're not ready.
Riddell's there. He'll do the ruck work. Hootsma's also there. Ball goes towards Riddell. Hootsma on hands and knees. Taps the ball out of the contest. Picked up. Free air shot. It was Murdoch. Picked up Yuko Miriam over the top to Mills. He was tackled. Brought to the ground. Yuko Miriam's back in there again. Goes in the hands of Dalhouse. Over the top. Went to Lloyd. And they will get an opportunity late in this third quarter. Sam Lloyd to go back and shoot for goal. Hope the siren doesn't ring as he's going to go around the body here, but Sam Lloyd now would have the plenty to look at, I would think, from there. Has 2 for the afternoon and comes in to kick at his third. Pretty easy approach at the goals. Might have brought it a bit short. He has this time. 2-2 Sam Lloyd, 10-9 to Anakie. They trail Belmont on 14-7. We have ticked over 32 minutes. Lifeline, third quarter scoreboard.
Another long quarter.
What do you expect
Cogsy's
from
clock.
Cogsy? What do you expect from
Doesn't
Cogsy?
drink anymore.
I know that. It's just used to doing it.
He's just an idiot.
The ball brought in. Butterflies, but flew under the ball. Hootsma takes the mark. Uncontested, so 60 metres out from his own goal now. Hootsma just looking down the line for a target. Goes long towards Wood. Wood at the back, flies, can't take it, neither can Evans, but Wood does well to get a handball back across. Marnie gets the ball, dispossessed pretty quickly. Anakie, quick kick back the other way. But, McNamara doesn't quite take the mark, but we have a siren here for three-quarter time. So he's Belmont 14-7, leading Anakie 10-9. Goal kickers, please, Dale.
Yeah, Brett Michelle has 3, 2 to Jack Evans, and then 1 each to Walscott, Thompson, Murdoch, Allett, Wood, Hootsma, Wiley, Harrison and Evans. I don't mind spreading around out here, but quite a few goal kickers there. And for the Anakie side, 3 to Barter, 2 to Lloyd, 2 to Jesse Mawson, and 1 each to Redoute, Birch, Bosley. That's their goal kickers. So we'll take a short break, come back. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.
On 14-7-91, leading Anakie 10-9, 69. Grubby.
Well, 4 goals, it doesn't sound much, but
If they were kicking with the other way, I would say yes.
you'd say there'd be a
in
chance.
range.
But look, they had the aid of the breeze. They had a lot of the footy, and by Christ, did they try so hard? But they just couldn't get what I would deem close enough. They tried pretty hard. When the ball came in well, Bosley marked it. But unfortunately, they're scrapping it forward. They're sort of not doing what Belmont did. Belmont didn't get the ball up there. They only kicked a few goals. So, it's so hard to find good players here today because, number one, it's a bit scrappy. But number two, Belmont, everybody's getting a touch. There's no magnificent standout. but they're all getting a touch. I thought Michelle was good that quarter. Michaeli Harrison did all right. But they all did something. The other bloke, was Allett, I thought was terrific in that quarter. But they're all doing something, and that's why they're winning. When you look over at Anakie, look, it's so hard as well. Like, you shouldn't fall into the trap, right, of saying Dalhouse and Lloyd, right, because people expect them to just run rings around and all that. But they're still probably Anakie's two best players. If number 40 was Jet Mills, you'd be saying what a terrific game he played. And if, number 19 was Sam Lloyd, you'd say, oh, gee, he looks a good kid. He's going well. So you tend to underrate their performance. But they haven't dominated, but they've played pretty well both. They've got plenty of the ball. But they haven't been able to either kick goals or put it down Bosley's throat. And that's not just down his throat, just in the air to half of his advantage, because he's a good enough player, Bosley, to then take the advantage of it. Crossett has been pretty good for 3 quarters. He died away a little bit in that quarter. Look, it was a great game to watch till halftime. It got scrappy in that quarter, and I think Belmont did that on purpose, because every time any Anakie player within 60 metres of goal got the ball, there was 1, 2 and 3 blokes tackling them. They knew they had to do that with the aid of the breeze. They didn't have the aid of the breeze, and they just did it so well. Every time Anakie got the ball, they were under extreme pressure. Anakie have probably got to do that in the last quarter, but they've also got to play catch-up footy too. It looks like a little bit too far away, but let's get on with it in a minute, and maybe they'll turn the tables, because anything can happen in the GDFL this year.
Round the grounds.
Maybe they could substitute Qualman onto the last quarter, mate. He's
been wandering around. Round the grounds, Balpo still 46, Giants 81. North Geelong 61, lead Bannockburn 56. Werribee 69, lead Winch 56, 9-15 to 7-14 Grupp. East Geelong 67, lead Cryer 35. And Thompson 60, lead Inverleigh 28. Inverleigh have kicked 3 goals, 10. We talked about their bad kicking last week, so it's followed on again. The Battle of the Pie, Bell Park 81, West 43, St Mary's 149, Grovedale 15. Leopold 84, Lara 47, North Shore 59, St Albans 22, Colac 59, South Barwon 28, St Joey's 71, Newtown 53, and the Ballerine, quickly got a couple of seconds while against the ground. Drysdale 76, Queenscliff 29, Barwon Heads 105, Port 25, Anglesey 80, Newcombe 31, Torquay 71, Mottawarri 53.
Wow.
9-17 Torquay have kicked, and that's it.
I'll tell you what, I come out this morning to get the paper, and the wind blew my hat off, so it'll be windy down at Werribee. That's why you've got scores like that at Werribee. It'll be swirling down there at Galvin Park. Who is it? Civil Oval or something? I forget now.
No idea, mate. It's your Simmel.
I forget. Simel Oval. Simel Oval. Yeah.
Simel. Righto, final siren has sounded to start the last quarter, and we see Ruckman go at it once again. Barter's back in there doing some work from ground level. Ball picked up. Oh, that was a nice bit of work there.
That's right.
I reckon when Trevorrow got through the contest, he was able to get the handball away. Ball then went as high as it did long. Bounces, come back to Lloyd. He's tackled, got the handball away. Went outside, picked up. Birch had it, went to Yukobo Merriam. He couldn't pick the ball up. Back to Riddell. He was tackled, brought to ground. Umpire will come in and ball it up. Good decision.
Only decision.
So ball again to be back in the umpire's hands. Rumpman was tapped out there. Evans went out to cross it to Dalhouse. Has a player running past him, Mill. Couldn't take the ball cleanly. Has time to go back and collect it. Actually tapped the ball along. Kept it alive. Mill went back and collected it again. Got the handball out towards Goodwin. He's under pressure. 3 or 4 Belmont players went to him, but it's going to come out to Ugis, who kicks the ball quickly, but only will find McNamara on centre wing. So the ball is going to come back very quickly. Comes back into their half-forward line. Lloyd from behind, able to spoil the ball, comes down to Hootsma. He couldn't get a clean kick at the ball. Again, good pick up from the big fella. He's got plenty of chance to get rid of it. He does get rid of it, and it's going to be going towards Lloyd once again, over to Crossett. He gets his kick away back towards centre wing, but reading it nicely is that man again, Michelle, and he will take the mark and put Belmont back into attack once again. From centre wing, far side of the ground from where we sit. He's just looking at his options now. Runs and carries, kicks long into the forward line. Evans is the target. He's in front. Couldn't take the mark. Comes down to Yukobo Merriam. Dalhouse there to clean up, goes to Uji's on the right boot, goes back in the middle of the ground. That's going to work okay. Mark will be taken out there by Barter. So Barter now with an opportunity to send the Anakie side longer and into their half-forward line. Big Evans gets back, makes the contest, spoils it up, but Marnie's there, picks the ball up, little short kick over the top is okay, and will find Primer. So Gus now has the ball, and he looks to drive the ball into the half-forward line. Out there is Alec. That was a nice kick, we'll say, because it went straight into his arms, and he will go back and have an opportunity to kick for goal. Gets a drink while he's there.
I like the fact we're calling him Gus.
So Allet's been okay today.
Has.
David Allett, and with an opportunity here, has one for the afternoon, can get his second. Gives himself a little bit, runs out, kicks that goal, and has brought it back a little bit too quick there, through for a minor score. 1 goal, 2 to that player, and now 14-8 to the Belmont Lions, 10-9 to Anakie, and we have gone towards 3 minutes. Connect-Tel, final quarter scoreboard.
Right, ball boarding quickly here. Didn't quite reach the target, puts him under pressure, but good enough to get the handball back. So Lloyd drives Anakie long down the line. Contest flies. Barter nearly took a great quick handball out here. All Anakie. So Marion picks it up, just gives the ball to Lloyd. His kick smothered off his boot. Evans tries to punch ball there. Primer attacks the ball well, but it bounces off players. Thompson's done really well, wrapped up here at a tackle. And we'll have a ball up right in front of the Anakie coach's box here. We've got a blood rolling. Uji's is bleeding, I think.
He tried to run away and get away too, but this kid was too clever for him. He spotted him.
Oh, there's a couple of young kids in front of him. Is it just this one? Oh, no, it's just this one. So, blood rule's done. Rucks to go at it now. Evans and Barter, neither one wins, but Evans grabs it out of the ruck. Goes out of the air, but his handball goes nowhere. Aaron picks it up, finds Kavanagh. Kavanagh goes across the ground. Oh, stolen there by Michelle, who goes back and has his 4th for the day. 15th for Belmont. They go to 15-8, leading at 10-9. Connect-Tel final quarter scoreboard. We've ticked over 4 minutes.
It just went a little bit too high for him, didn't it? And you can't make mistakes with Belmont Lions. They picked up on that beautifully, kicked the goal, and see, I tell you what, that makes it very, very, very hard for Anakie now. So hard. You know, Billy Goodwin, he ran back with a flight of the ball, Smithy. He tried hard, but it just went over his head.
Just over his head, mate.
Yeah.
So back in the middle now. Jed Evans to do battle with Barter. Ball's in the air. Evans jumps, wins a tap down to his brother, who turns around, throws the ball in quickly, and nearly found the other brother.
Nearly was Evans.
Harrison comes through hard. The ball's wrapped up.
I know why they call this winter resort out here, I can tell you. It's getting cold.
Lots to be on shortly. So, ball to be thrown up now. Jed Evans and Barter do the ruck work again. Jack Evans hacks the ball out of mid-air only as far as Dalhouse. Could have been a free kick there for an indiscriminate kick. Picked up by Kernuck, who's wrapped up in a tackle immediately. And the ball not going anywhere. Good tackle there by young Gus.
Evans has got to get a vote because I don't know which one's which at the moment. I'm going nowhere here.
Ball in the air. Evans grabs it out. Handball's forward. Only as far as Crosser, who runs through the centre of the ground here. Kicks long, looking for a teammate, but not taken. Nearly a good mark there for Belmont, but not held in the end. So the umpire says, I'll have it. Anakie have turned it from defence into attack on their half-forward line here. Ball in the air. Evans wins that one down cleanly. Wrapped up a tackle might have been a bit too high, I reckon, and that's the way the umpire sees it. So Anakie have a chance to go really deep forward. It's Kernuck again with the ball. He was going to go across, but he decides to go longer down the line now. It's a better kick. The target's down there. Evans comes across, gets his hands to it, spills it. Picked up quickly. I don't know what was going on there. He's going to end up with Primer getting a hand to it. It's all he had to do to stop the ball being delivered, I think. So we'll have a boundary line throw in front of the cricket nets here, about 40 metres from the behind post. Anakie into attack. We've gone just over 6 minutes. Connect our final quarter here at Winter Reserve. Belmont leading by 29 points. So the ball thrown back in. Evans just pushes Barter out of the way, but ball handballed forward, goes through Barter's legs. Now it's on the ground. The umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up. Seems to be the theme of the day, Grub. We have a boundary line thrown and a ball up in the same spot.
Yeah. As I say, at times it's been very, very scrappy.
First half was fantastic.
Yeah.
So, ball in the air now. Evans and Barter. Evans wins that one down. Not going anywhere. So, we'll have a bit of a rinse-repeat action happening here.
You see that a bit in the GDFL because the boys get tired. They're probably not quite as fit as their GFL counterparts, and they just get tired.
So, ball in the air. Barter flight before acceptances is let go. Kernock tries to pick it up, does so in the end, tries to break tackles, ball spills free. Umpire says he threw it. Phillips ended up with the ball anyway, but gives it back to Marnie. So Marnie for Belmont on the half-back flank. Just goes short out here. Oh, nearly had too much on it then. Sheriff wins that one, gives the ball back to Allett. Allett drives long, looking for Evans here. Ben, ball comes to ground. Picked up beautifully there by Sim. Sim goes to Dalhouse. Dalhouse goes back again. Then we got Lloyd again. So Lloyd goes in, finds Birch. Birch swings around that left foot, drives Anakie out wide. Great kick looking for Riddell. The marker of free kick not paid, the umpire said. So he does really, really well. Taps the ball through his legs. Rhodes runs onto it. Now gets a quick little kick, handball over the top. Picked up again now, turning around inside, outside was Milne. Milne goes to the handball over the top, but goes as far as McNamara. McNamara swings around, didn't get rid of the ball. The umpire said no, it was down the tackle, and this time we have paid it. So the first one probably should have been paid, but the second one was. So Anakie have a free kick just outside their 50 here. Just short of 8.5 minutes. So Kernock, who's been very, very good for the last quarter and a half, drives them forward. Players fly, and I tell you what, just Barter again who's taken the mark. He has been fantastic today.
Yeah, I've liked him.
Dale's called for him to go to full forward, and he's playing in the ruck and going forward when he has to. So Oscar Barter looking for his fourth. 8.5 minutes, Connectel final quarter here at Winter Reserve. Kicking from about 30. Coming in now. Ball hits the boot. Looked all right off it. Has pushed left, but I reckon it's come back at the end, has it?
No, it's come back left. Behind the post.
Yeah, so stay left. So it's 3-3 his contribution. So Anakie go to 10-10 trading. Belmont 15-8. We've gone 9 minutes. Connectel final quarter.
Well, to have any chance, he really, really needed to kick that.
Yes, would have been handy. Put a bit of pressure on, but it's Michelle that's going to be doing the kicking in once again. Go to Sheriff in this pocket, but he decides to go to the far side of the ground. That's a lovely kick outside. Up over the top. Mark was not taken. I'll tell you what, whoever it was had 3 or 4 goes at it. Might have been Wiley by the looks of it. The ball now bobbling around into the hands of Riddell. He goes high, back in towards the middle of the ground. Sitting under it. Oh, Dalhouse did that nicely. Got the hand off, and guess who it is? Lloyd running past him. Goes long into their forward line. Again, Mark needed to be taken, and Bosley has done just that. And he can go back and have a look at his second goal of the afternoon, Andrew Bosley. Again, the delivery into him hasn't been great, but again, we know that this ground can be a place where forwards don't generally play that well.
Yeah, you probably need to play a bit deeper, don't you?
Yeah.
Give him a chance to get it to you.
Much
and even
deeper.
that one wasn't in deep. Lloyd, the bloke come at Lloyd, so he had to lift it in the air. So that wasn't great disposal, but it was a really good mark from a bloke who I think is going to develop here into a really good player once he finds his feet.
He's generally
he's gotta learn how
a
to
kicker
kick,
for
though.
goal too, but that's a bad miss again. So now 10-11 for the Anakie side, and they should be looking for goals. And Belmont Lions are on 15 goals 8. We've gone almost 11 minutes. Connectel final quarter scoreboard, and Michelle's doing the kicking in once again, and he looks like he's going to come this side because that's where every Belmont player's running to. Hoosmar looks like he's a target. Riddell gets across, but it's Hoosmar out the back, looking for some options, decides to go with a banana into the forward line. Evans is there, Kavanagh's there. Evans did that nicely, tries to fend off, got boot to ball, only as far as Sim. He got a kick round, went to cross it. Oh, gee, I reckon he went there, took a couple of sideways steps. Now he's gone back, and now he'll have to kick over the man of the mark. Now he's going to be called to play on. He does, and his kick's also a bit of a banana. McNamara from behind spoils the ball, picked up out there. Evans through the contest, looks to go long into their forward line, went looking for his brother. Numbers are back there. He has done that very, very nicely. He protected the space, knew where it was going to drop, and that's what he's done. Put one hand out, and he has taken the mark. Can go back. And he is looking at his second goal of the day.
Well, he
has one at the moment.
He had ample body to get in the way. How do you get around that? And super strength and class to be able to take it one hand. All rolled into one
So
hand.
from
Bang!
directly in front, he kicks his second of the afternoon and the 16th now for the Belmont side. 16-8. They lead Anakie on 10-11 and 12 minutes gone. Connectel final quarter scoreboard.
And it just goes to show you how critical those 2 goals that Anakie had a shot at, they missed both of them. They kicked 2 of them, they're within a couple, they get momentum, they get up and about, and they get a chance. But they missed the both of them. Down come Belmont, 1 shot, 1 goal, pretty much game over.
Spot on, Grub. And 2 not difficult shots either, at all.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
So back in the middle, Hootsma having a run in the ruck again against Barter, who's pretty much done this on his own since halfway through the second quarter. Ball in the air. Hootsma jumps, wins the tap down cleanly. Dalhouse had it, lost it, picked it up again, goes to Crossett. Crossett gets a handball, but it's intercepted. Spilt then. Picked up now by Wiley. Wiley gets a handball away. Wrapped up in a tackle now, not going anywhere. Umpire saying that I'll have it, which was the correct decision. That was Michelle who was wrapped up with the ball, who's been very, very good for Belmont today. So we'll have Hootsma and Barter again. Hootsma wins that one down very, very well on the left foot here, kicking, driving Belmont forward, looking here towards Evans. Evans couldn't quite take the mark, but at the back was Uji's. Uji's back on after his blood rule, kicks the ball long. Ball falls in the hands of Connor Kent, wrapped up in the tackle immediately. Not going in there. Umpire says, I'll have it. Bit of quick work on Uji's to get him back on. So, ball in the air again. Hootsma wins this one down comfortably, but it's picked up by Crossett again, kicks the ball long for Anakie. Race is on. Birch done very, very well to not lose that contest, bring the ball to ground. Picked up here, wrapped up in the tackle straight away.
Oh.
So it was going to go to the sling, but I think he pulled out of it, Grub.
Well, he went face first.
Yeah.
So once they go face first, there is a chance that you can pay that. But it wasn't with excessive force, so that's fair enough. He jumps up straight away. He wasn't hurt.
That's young Wilkinson, that was too. So both ruckmen there, neither wins it. Kernuck picks it up, tries to get the handball out, but he's wrapped up in the tackle. The umpire says, we'll do it all again. So it's got very scrappy since half time.
I think it might have been young Jet Mills.
Jet Mills, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So ball in the air again. Hootsma tries to grab it out, but couldn't do so. Jet Mills gets almost pushed in the back. Then Grubby.
Well, I thought he could have got one, yeah.
Almost pushed in the back. But
it's so scrappy with so many players around the ball that when you're that close, you can miss those ones.
Yeah, that's right. So Hootsman wins this one down at Mills again. He goes out to Lloyd. Lloyd drives Anakie forward. Chopped off there. Mark Spilt, but Riddell, like a rover, picks it up below his knees, swings on the right foot, but the relieving mark has been taken there by Phillips for Belmont. We've ticked over 14.5. Connectel final quarter here at Evans Reserve, at Winter Reserve. So Phillips comes long down the line. Flying at the back is Hootsma. Couldn't quite grab it. Primer on the ground. Picks up handball over to Allett. Allett goes through again, looking for finding a teammate. Umpire has said dropping the ball. So that was Murdoch who was wrapped up in that tackle there. So Milne will have the free kick. He drives Anakie long forward again, looking for Bosley. Sits it on his head a bit, but Bosley takes a fantastic grab. Read that really well in the air, Grub.
Yeah. Oh, look, he's a good player. The fact that he's dropped down to the GDFL, you've got to find your feet, and the fact that, as we've said a million times, the ball today hasn't quite been delivered to him the way he wants. I just think once that starts to click, he'll be a big danger here.
Well, if you ever say, you want to be Sandra Sully, mate, he needs to kick this.
Oh, yeah.
So Bosley from just inside his 50.
Even just for his own, his own go.
Yep. Own confidence.
Yeah.
So Bosley comes in now, kicks it. The ball is bending on the wind. It looks all right. I reckon there might be a hand on it, is there?
I think it's a goal.
Umpire said it's over the line. They're waiting for the call.
We're going to the camera again, are we?
Yeah, we're going to the camera again. Yeah, it's a goal to Bosley. Has his second for the day. The 11th for Anakie. They move to 11-11, trailing Belmont, who was 16-8. 16 minutes. Connectel final quarter just ticked over.
And that's the kick you want to see from one of your recruits and one of your best players. And I tell you what, the umpire, he just gave the impression that he had no idea what he was going to do. But I think he fooled us. They were all saying touch. I think he waited till they all calmed down, stopped, and then gave the right decision. So great goal umpiring. And who's that down there? I think it might be Peter Schilder. So I'll take his word any day. He's one of the better goal umpires going around, Pete.
Okay, fair enough. Didn't need to call for the review, nothing else?
No.
Fair enough. Could have got the review. It runs about 10 seconds after the game. So, sorry, Dale.
There's a infringement here. Someone's come into the square, have they?
Geez, you don't see that very often anymore.
Actually, it was called by the central umpire, not even the... He's a central umpire.
That's a central umpire stand the bands, so stand all four corners. So
Okay, there you go. So the handball goes off to Allett, and he goes long into the forward line. Evans is going to be the target again. Puts himself in front. Doesn't pick the ball up this time. Goes outside. Billy Goodwin was hit with a bit of power there. He able to get himself up off the ground. Goes outside. Evans hands over the ball. He sits over it now. He could be in trouble here because he has dived on top of it. Yes,
well done. Good umpiring.
Yep, absolutely.
Good umpiring.
That time he did. Looking for the free kick, but he couldn't get it, and it's going to go back to Rhodes. So Rhodes now has the ball. He had Lloyd across the ground, but decided that wasn't a good option. Then he goes long back towards centre wing. Ball out the back. Marcus taken nicely out there. McNamara, the smallest bloke, read that nicely, and he can put Belmont back into attack. So McNamara now.
Geez, he might be the shortest, but I tell you what, he's pretty solid, isn't he?
He is. So he loads up and goes long back into the forward line.
Oh,
it's a free kick. Marcus taken
There's
out
no
there
way
by
the
Lloyd.
umpire was ever going to see that.
No, don't reckon so either. Inside the mill, and he takes the mark out the true centre half back position. Goes across the ground, has a player out there by himself, and Kernack couldn't take the mark. Was he infringed? Yes, said the umpire. So free kick will go to Kernack. Far wing. Obviously, Anakie now just need to keep the ball moving. He does and goes out wide. Marcus taken out there. Rideau, he picks the ball up and he looks to go long back into their forward line. Players are plenty back there. Ball is marked. Good mark. Hootsma.
Yeah.
he's been huge.
Yep. Has been good. So Hootsma now goes short to the pocket. McNamara again. With the ball around the boundary line further. This time goes to Delkin. So a little bit of possession football now. Quite happy to do so. He goes back to McNamara. Where's the next option? Across the ground. He's going to go long. This time it should be Sheriff. And he's hit the target nicely. So they keep possession of the ball. Wasn't much room to move there.
No, there wasn't. It was precision.
So Sheriff now with the ball. With the grey boots. Ball inside, Jubber.
It's always a hard stopper, that one.
And there's another slow one coming through the air. Goodwin will get there this time. Takes the ball out of the contest. Went over, picked the ball up, put his head down, got the handball out. Nicely done. Picked up and goes back towards the goal, but it's going to be trapped out there by Delkin. Delkin for the Belmont Lions goes back towards centre wing. A little bit too much on the ball this time, unfortunately. Goes over the boundary line and will be a throw-in.
Well, there was a bit too much on it, but he just picked it up and he kicked it to the right spot. He knew that bloke was there on his own. He just overdid it a bit, but again, a very good awareness by young Delkin.
Yep, 16, almost 20 minutes gone in this final quarter. It is 16-8, Belmont Lions 11-11 to the Anakie side.
So ball being thrown back in now. Barter and Hootsman to do the ruck work. Hootsman comes to the front, taps the ball down. Knock forward again, and we'll have a boundary line throw in exactly the same spot. The ball trickles out in front of Murdoch there for Belmont.
So there's only a couple of shots in it, isn't there, for shots taken?
22 to 24, mate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Hootsma and Barter will do battle right here, and Hootsma does well. Gets in front of that. Goes as far as Wilkinson. Wilkinson quick hands off to Lloyd. Lloyd beautifully on the left foot steers the ball in. If it's not a mark, it's got to be a free kick, I would have thought. And the umpire, who's the furthest away, has paid it.
Now, that, I don't, you know how I hate that when I'm
yeah, I know.
But, all right, he didn't see it, but we saw it from here. He's entitled to pay that. I understand that. That's good umpiring.
So Redat drives him forward, looking for Bosley.
Good
Bosley, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bosley takes another great grab. So his hands are starting to work. Just needs to get the kicking boot right.
Again, not a good ground for him as a leading forward. And again, the ball, as Grubby's mentioned a number of times, hasn't come in well to him. But now he's starting to run and jump at the ball and looks a much better player.
Yeah, I just wish he had have done that in the first quarter.
Yep.
And taken these marks because it might have been the difference. Not that I'm blaming him, all right? So, as I say, Anakie's a work in progress.
Yep.
And the progress means fellas like this to improve and improve.
So Bosley coming in to look at his third goal. Ball leaves the boot, looks pretty good off the boot, fades across to the left. Oh, someone's hit the post.
Now wonder who hit that.
Yeah, well,
that's illegal, you know.
Only if you do it deliberately, mate.
Yeah.
You can run into the post.
Oh,
So
no one was running. Someone's pushed that post, I reckon.
it had to be one of the Evans boys, mate. Will come out of the ground,
Oh,
Matthews
God,
style.
wasn't him. Wasn't
So
him.
Michelle drives the ball long, looking for Ben Evans. Flying before acceptances. Ben Evans picks the ball up off the ground. He's in big trouble. He gets the ball out. Tackle from Goodwin. Ball spills free. Wiley ends up with it, wrapped up by Rhodes, and we'll have a ball up. True centre wing here at Winter Reserve.
And that's the way they've umpired all day.
Yep.
They've given the bloke the chance who's got the ball, so that's fine.
Like that. So Evans and Riddell. Riddell wins that one down to Lloyd. Lloyd could not pick it up. Evans on the ground fighting for it. Picked up now by Marnie. He's wrapped up immediately in a tackle by Mills. Umpire will come in and we'll have another ball up. So, ball in the air. So Evans, but Riddell wins that one down. Marnie tries to pick it up, goes out. Dalhouse, quick kick out of the pack, goes down the line. But Vermeulen for Belmont is in the way. So co-coach Brent Vermeulen has a chance to drive Belmont forward again. Not a lot forward of the ball here. So he comes out here looking for Wood. Wood has to go, puts his hands up, but there's a sea of Anakie players. Cross it, wins it, handballs it across to Ugis. Ugis drives it forward, but only as far as Allett for Belmont. So Allett plays on quickly. Nice kick to Marnie. Marnie now sizing up his options. Just waiting for players to move forward. Swings out here, looking for Jack Evans. Puts the hands up. Wasn't chopped the arms. The ball's gone out of bounds, and we'll have a boundary line throw in. About 35 around from the Belmont goal. And you talk about forwards playing here, Grub. It's one who played here for a long time. It is a tough ground. It takes a long time to get used to playing on it.
Yeah.
Even when you train on it, mate, it does make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
So the ball coming in. Barter versus Evans. Barter wins it down. Marnie tries to crash through. Keeps moving the ball forward. Does really well. Ben Evans picks the ball up. Wrapped up in the tackle immediately. So to continue the trend of a boundary line throw and then a ball up in the same spot, we might as well do it all again.
You can say that, but you have to say, even though you're training on it, does give the home forwards a little bit of an advantage over the away forwards, doesn't it?
It does. So Ben Evans grabs it out of here. His handball's chopped off by Lloyd. Lloyd goes to Dalhouse. Dalhouse shrugs one tackle. Looks in the middle. That's a fantastic kick to Milne. Milne takes the ball in the centre circle here at Winter Reserve. He's got Wilkinson running out wide. That's where he goes to. And keep running. Uji's about running the outside of him, but he ignores him, goes further up the ground, looking for Bosley. Bosley flies, brings the ball down. Relieving here for Belmont. They're running it out in numbers here, but tackle has been affected, and the ball has spilled over the boundary line. So we've gone 24 minutes. Connectel, final quarter here at Winter Reserve. So he's Belmont 16-8 leading, Anakie 11-12. So Jed Evans and Barter to do the ruck work again. Neither wins it. Goes over the back. Marnie running at the ball, overruns it quickly. Wiley picks that one up. Prepped. Oh, that's Michaela Harrison. Sorry. Wins it. Goes over to Evans. Evans looking forward. Ben Evans has found a lot of space here. Takes a simple chest mark. And if it's not already done, he kicks this one, and she could be all over Red Rover, Grub.
Oh, yeah. And that's what I say. How would Andrew Bosley, standing up there on his own up there, how would he like one of them just on his chest and that, you know? The big Evans, he's not going to run away from his opponent, but he's very, very smart to just drop back when he had to drop back.
So Ben Evans comes in, kicks, goal umpire does not move. He has his serve for the day, the 17th for Belmont. They move to 17-8, leading Anakie 11-12. 25 minutes, Connectel final quarter scoreboard.
And I'll give you another thing too. At three-quarter time with the breeze, 4 or 5 in front, I just had this horrible feeling that we might get a 9 or 10 goal blowout. But the way Anakie have gone at it, they've just kept at it and at it and at it. And they probably could still get beat by 6 or 7 in the dying minutes. But they've hung in there. And that augurs well for the future because they've got everybody on the right page. They're all having a go. No one's not trying out there. They're going really, really well at that.
So the ball back with the umpire in the middle of the ground. Evans, big stump out of the middle of the contest, goes towards Goodwin, tapped up towards Dalhouse. Dalhouse now on the right boot into their half-forward line. Ridet did nicely, went at the ball, couldn't trap it, but he went back and picked it up. Handball wasn't great, but he tapped it back. Went looking for his teammate there, and I think it was Birch, but it's picked up there by Mills. There's a free kick being given.
Too high.
And it's going to be a free kick, and it goes to Birch. So Birch now... He's outside there, forward 50. The lead is on. I don't think he kicked it to where he was looking, but it ended up the mark was taken out there by Delkin, is it?
Yep.
So he's going to turn the ball back for the Belmont side. I can tell you that spell. Post Hill have been beaten by 50 points or thereabouts. Ball from that ruck contest, or the mark, sorry, has been kicked out, and Evans has taken the mark. This is Jack Evans.
Where's the big Evans?
He's here. He's here. They're all three in this little area here, Grub.
Ben's coming off the ground.
Look, the game's over. He's struggled with his legs all day. Just get him off now and give him a spell for next week. He's very important.
So the ball's kicked up by Wiley. It's a good
great
grab out there, and that's nicely done by Wood. So Wood now, he goes quickly. Marnie running back with a flight, and he's going to take a mark, and he can go back and shoot at his first of the afternoon. And I think Werribee have beaten Winchelsea by 10 points, and that game is over as well, I think, Grub.
Can I just jump in here quickly, Dale? I think we were talking about Brock Marnie at three-quarter time. He hadn't been seen much. His last quarter has been really, really good.
Got himself involved. As I said, you want the bloke with a ball like this in his hand if you can, because he's a good user. So Brock Marnie, will he add to the goal-kicking list? Yes, he will, and he has his first of the afternoon, the 18th now for the Lions. They're 18-8. They lead Anakie on 11 goals, 12. Almost 28 minutes gone. Can it tell final quarter scoreboard?
Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin, isn't it? Yeah, look, he's a sensational young kid, Brock Marnie. He just hasn't had the greatest of days. I wouldn't go as far as say sensational last quarter, but he's been better.
He's been good. He's been good.
Yeah, just good. He's been a bit down, and that's the gem of what's going on here. They have got a couple of players that haven't quite played as well today, and they're still, as a team, doing a great job.
So ball back in the air. Barter wins that one down. Ball scrapping around on the ground, as seemed to have happened for most of the second half, not going anywhere. So we'll have another ball up just next to the centre circle. So it'll be Jed Evans here to take on Riddell, who's back in. Evans wins that one down. Trying to hack it out of mid-air, didn't go too far. We have it wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire says, I'll have it again. So we've moved to the other side of the centre circle now, just in Belmont's attacking zone. So Evans, Riddell to do it. Evans just grabs it out of the air. No one went up against him. Dalhouse Sharks the attempted handball, throws it on the right foot, kicks Anakie forward. Tap forward there by Riddell. Picked up by Lloyd now. Lloyd with a lovely sweeping handball over top to Kernock. He's dispossessed. Picked up there by Milne. Milne tries to get the handball out. Can't, only as far as Evans. Goes for Mullen. Got runners through the middle. Oh, just got rid of that one in time. Kicks it long down the line. Running with the flight of the ball. Dropping the ball with Sim. He's in real trouble now. Wrapped up by 2-3 Belmont players. So the ball scrapped, fighting in the forward line here for Belmont. We've done well there through Kavanagh. Kavanagh gets away at the cross. It goes across the ground. We'll settle it down now. Goodwin plays on. It doesn't really matter because there is the final siren. 29 minutes, Connectel final quarter. So he's Belmont 18-8 have defeated Anakie 11-12. Dale, can we have some goal kickers, please?
Yes, we can. Brad Michelle has got 4. Ben Evans 3. Jack Evans 2, and then 1 each to Walscott, Thompson, Murdoch, Allett, Wood, Marnie, Hoosma, Wiley, Harrison. So there's a good spread of goal kickers there, and they're 18. And for the Anakie side, 3 to Abada, 2 to Bosley, Lloyd, and Jesse Mawson, and 1 each to Redoute and Birch. We'll take a short break. And
Thompson have beaten Inverleigh by 7 points. It's still going out at North Geelong. There's only 9 points in it, North and Bannockburn.
Thompson,
final.
Inverleigh. Oh, shit, they must have come back late in the game, did they?
Do you have to swear?
That's what I say. Anyway, we'll take a short break, come back, 94.7 The Pulse, your home of both football.
Professional.
No, it's
Come back here to Winter Reserve, or what's it called, Elite Training Centre Oval now, where we've seen the Belmont Lions continue their great start to the season. They have kicked 18-8-1-16 to defeat Anakie 11-12-78. Before we go to Grubby for his thoughts and his votes, so we can laugh at him, around the grounds, Geelong West Giants 101 have defeated Belpost Hill 53.
Is that their first win?
The Giants know it's the second. Every side's won a game.
Who'd they beat?
Did they beat North at night?
They did, yes, by 5 points.
Oh, okay.
In progress, Bannockburn 95 leading North Geelong 80. Werribee 93 have defeated Winch 83, 13-15 to 11-17 Grub. East Geelong 75 have defeated Corio 38.
Same amount of shots.
Yeah, and the other game, Thompson 10-8-68 have defeated a fast finishing Inverleigh 8-13-61. So, Grubby, can we have your thoughts, mate?
Well, my thoughts are of Johnny Mitchell at this point. Well, last week he said, we're gone. They'll be premiers again now, according to Johnny, with a win like that. But, look, I know the margin suggests it was an easy win, and it probably was. But it was a damn good, entertaining game, and I'm glad we chose it to come here. We've heard a lot about the Belmont Lions, and we've seen them, and I'm very, very impressed. They probably didn't move the ball like I've seen them move it in the second half, but when they did, they scored goals, and they gave their forwards plenty of opportunities, which we said during the call. Anakie probably didn't quite give their forwards the same opportunities. And that might have been the difference in the two sides, just the ball movement and the way they ran. But Anakie scrapped it. They fought it. They gave it everything they had. They got a future. They come out here and get beat easy. And you think, well, these other might have been a bit of a fluke, but that wasn't. They've got the ability there, and you can see that there's a hell of a lot of improvement in that Anakie side. But I tell you what, I think there's a fair bit of improvement in the Belmont side too. And if they get that improvement, don't write them off for being not just finals contenders. Don't write them off for being premiers just yet. With the way all the other games are going, I just think this is the best side in the comp at the moment. They've got depth. They're seconds at a 1 point win, and they're pretty close to the top. I'd say they probably dropped a second today.
They were second.
Were they?
Yeah, Werribee on top with percentage.
Well, they won by 16 goals.
So they'll stay on top.
So they will stay on top. But it just shows the depth that they had 5 blokes go out of last week's winning side and had 5 blokes come in who serviceably did the job and made them equal or even better. So they've got the depth, they've got the class, they've got the ball movement. Look, I enjoyed myself. Great game. Great spread at halftime. Belmont, well done. Umpires, I don't normally comment on umpires too much after the game. I thought a wonderful job today. I thought we struggled with umpires a little bit. I know I get in trouble, but I thought they struggled a couple of early games. But these last couple of games, they've been very, very good. I think, umpiring has improved a hell of a lot, and credit goes to Jock for that. Well done, mate. I've had a great day. I don't think it's going to continue because I've got to try and give me votes, and